a second. I keep reloading.
Live.
Oh, there it is.
Live.
Yeah, I see
That's
it.
how easy it is. I just push a button and we're done.
Yeah. Well, we're starting, not done exactly.
Oh, imagine. Imagine I could just push a button and we just recorded a 2-hour show.
That's it. We're done.
Oh,
Thanks for
it'd be
listening,
great,
everybody.
wouldn't
That would be magnificent.
it? Magnificent.
I could get some papers graded. I haven't graded a paper at all today. It's really not good. But you know what? What are they going to do? Fire me?
Probably.
Exactly.
I do.
Yeah, well, they could. They're not going to, but they could.
How do you know?
Should we start?
I'm ready to start. I'm ready to go.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Here it comes, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Come
Stop
on.
playing Italian maintenance twins and get in here.
To the veteran gamers, Juju, Jimmy, other fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick.
That's
Stu's
suspicious.
Story Time and Chinny's Game Breakers. Here comes Duke with soundbite saviors.
So, ain't you guys gonna ask me about my hat?
It's the veteran gamers.
She's got a new hat.
So, ain't you guys gonna ask me about my hat?
It's very strange what Eric picks like as a sound effect.
Switch
And now it's got hot new games like The Legend of Zoltar.
Plus it cures all diseases, dude.
Can we cut the condescending crap and play the game?
Hello and welcome to episode 669 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 669. What's up, people? I'm Duke in the building, and I'm wearing the shirt I got last week. Thank you, Mr. Hero. Veteran gamers, baby. Never too old to game. What now?
Yeah.
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 Great radio.
Yeah. Everyone can tell
Well,
exactly what
I'm
you're
not
wearing.
just talking to the radio. I'm talking to the radio. I'm also showing for the video.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. So who are y'all?
I'm Stu.
I'm Chinny. You should know this by now. We're 660 odd.
Well, I don't
episodes
know.
in.
Maybe you
Yeah, but
changed
maybe
your
we
name
got-
since last
Yeah,
week.
or maybe we've got someone new listening this week who has just
Yeah,
turned
that could
off.
be.
No, I'm saying that
I mean,
Duke
that's why
should
we
know.
do it.
Duke
Well,
should
Duke
know.
should
yeah.
know, but
I mean,
you know.
I should, but I can.
I was
can never remember
expecting-
your names. Flu and Kinney.
I was expecting more from you, Stu, because we've got the numbers 6 and 9 in the episode.
Well, I'm trying to get past that, grow up a bit, be more mature.
Because you're in your
More
50s.
mature.
You're in your 50s now.
I
Stu.
am. I'm old. I'm
You
old.
can't be
these days.
joking about
No,
6
sexual
and 9.
positions.
I mean, you
and
can
shit.
be. It's just not befitting your
Good.
age,
Wow.
your stature.
Exactly. I'm too old for that.
In other
stuff.
words,
maybe people should think before they speak. Exactly.
New sound
you are
effect.
now
Think
a
before
sound
they
effect,
speak.
Stu.
That's
Yeah.
that's a good adage for people. That is.
Yeah, and we
You-
got I got 2 other new sound clips ready to go if and when they're needed. So we'll see.
You realise he's only got that so he can use it against you, Stu.
Of
I know.
course.
I'm used to it. It's fine. It's fine.
So you okay, Stu? You're feeling good?
I am.
You're
I am.
right
But I
and
have
ready?
had a bit of a weird week. It's fair
Uh-oh,
to
it sounds like there's a
Oh,
story
boy.
coming up.
Oh boy.
Is there a story here?
because there is a story here.
Okay,
yeah.
here we go.
Time for a story, it's time for a story. A very special story, especially for you. It's time for a story, it's time for a story. Sit down and listen now, don't be a Jew.
This episode is brought to you by Kanye West.
Nice.
Wow. Wait.
That's
Wow.
a Bo Burnham song, by the
That's
way.
a hell of a
Yeah.
song.
I watched Bo Burnham Inside last night. Dude.
I'm actually we watched What again last night, and
Mm.
then that made me want to watch Inside again. Then I'm watching it now.
I thought it was very clever.
It's very, very clever. I think
Very
he
clever.
he takes away some of his potential as a commentator, but whatever. We could talk about that later. Stu, you have a story you
Yeah.
want to tell.
So
Go ahead.
here's the thing, right? So I was sat playing Scorn. That
Yes.
game,
The moist game.
the moist game,
Yeah.
and I got a bit of a pain in my chest as I were playing it.
Oh,
Right,
no.
I'm like, no, listen,
Sounds
I'm
like the wrong game to play for
So
someone
these
with
Don't
days,
lie.
condition.
if you get a pain in your
Shit.
chest, it's time
Yeah,
to
really.
yeah, you
time
go
to start
shit.
checking that will.
Correct, right. And I'm like, ooh, shit. Well, I'll finish the game first.
Yeah, obviously. Yes.
Because
First
obviously,
things first. Let's figure
correct.
out what's most
I'm
important.
gonna go
here, yeah.
out. You know,
Correct.
you've got to get the game done first. So I
Because you
finished.
don't want the ambulance showing
no.
up and you've got the game
Yeah.
unfinished. They're like, oh, you haven't beaten this?
Exactly.
Kay
puss.
rings me. Kay rings me and says his last words were "finished scorn." Does that mean anything to
Get
you?
me
It
platinum.
does.
Exactly.
It does.
So I thought, shit, better get the game finished. So I actually finished the game
Oh,
during
good.
this. It wasn't
So you're
really
feeling
pain. It
heart
was like a bit
palpitations.
just discomfort. It was
discomfort. I mean, that happens to the
Yeah.
best of us, Stu. That's
So I
not...
waited for a bit. So I finished the game.
When would that be a concern? Chest
Exactly.
discomfort?
So I'm thinking, I'll just finish the game and then
Whatever.
maybe it'll go.
Yeah, we got it. You finished the game, right?
And it didn't go.
It didn't
So
go.
I thought, better go upstairs, tell Kay. So I went upstairs. Okay, I've got a bit of a discomfort.
Kay, I think
So
I'm
it's just like-
dying.
and she
better
said,
go.
"Suck it up, you puss."
So we went to urgent care. I'll tell you what, right? If you go
Yeah.
to A&E and tell them you've got chest pains and you've had heart failure, you're fucking straight in there, man. They
Well,
don't
there
miss
you go.
about.
Now, heads
get
up, everybody.
past-
Just say
there
it's
was-
that. Even if it's your foot, just
Yeah,
pretend
even if it's
like
nothing to do with that, right? There's 20 odd people sat in the waiting room. I just walked straight past all of them.
Next time I get
Yeah.
a cut on my finger, I'm be like, yeah, I got heart problems.
That's right.
Yeah. So anyway, got checked out, did an ECG. Then I had to have another
Yeah.
cannula. Right, I'm like, oh, for
Yeah.
God's sake, sticking shit in my veins constantly.
Nice.
Yep.
Then they did another, then they took 3 blood tests to check,
Yep.
as you do. Turns out they think, right, that I had some sort of viral infection at some point in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And what that's done is cause this intercostal muscle strain, right, in your
Right.
chest. And that's where the pain was. Because she said, does this hurt? And just pressed on me ribs, like in certain
Well,
places. I'm like,
yeah.
yes. And she's like, luckily for you, I don't think it's anything to do with your heart. I think it's literally.
Hmm.
So I
This
got
other
all.
thing that's wrong with you now.
Yeah, it's another thing that's wrong with you now, but
Yeah.
it's fine. It'll go in a
Sorry.
few weeks, apparently.
Frustrating.
So yeah, I got stabbed again, and then the one blood test, where they test for the enzyme to see if you have had a heart attack or whatever,
Yeah.
Mhm.
that had coagulated too much, so they couldn't do it. So then I had to wait another hour, and the doctor had to take yet another blood sample to send off to the
Jeez.
lab to be checked. But I'm all good. You'll be pleased to know, and I did
I
finish
am pleased to
Scorn,
know that you're all good.
in my chest pain state. It was
Good.
fine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're still alive, Stu.
I'm still
Again,
alive. I'm still
out of
ticking.
being dead or alive, I do prefer you alive. Just
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Just
I know.
about. And
Is coma an option?
karma is an option. Yeah, I think
that would be the third.
yeah.
You know,
that would be ideal.
I mean, that would be great.
Yeah.
That would be
And
great.
can I just say as well, by the way, this week
No,
my
we
heart
don't have
rate's
time.
been the lowest it's been in 6 months.
And how low is
Oh,
it?
Okay.
At night, it's between 45 and sort of 56, 57.
Now wait,
fine.
low is bad because you want it to be higher. 'cause
No,
you're
no,
in
no, no.
danger
Low
of-
is good.
Oh, low
the
is
higher-
good. Okay,
yeah,
I
the
thought the
higher
problem
it is-
was that.
No, no.
No.
The higher it is for me, the worse it is.
Yes.
Okay, well
So
then
my-
that's great.
I'm
then.
on-
I'm
I'm on
glad to
beta
hear that
blockers
news.
to lower it. My
Okay.
average resting
Oh.
heart rate now is 58.
That's pretty good.
My average all
Yeah.
day heart rate is something like 63, 64.
Better than mine.
Okay.
So it's good.
I have no
I'm all
idea what
good
my
at the
average heart
moment.
rate
Everything's
is.
good.
Well, when I did
When I had
the
COVID, I was
when I
taking my average heart rate with the oximeter, but I don't remember what it said.
when I played Resident Evil 2, I remember I was being sort of like 75, 80. And then when the scary bit would come, I was about 100, which is fun.
Speaking of which, we played some scary games this week. So
I
get
played
ready for that,
loads of
people.
scary games.
I haven't played anything.
which is,
I
again,
did. No, I
great.
did.
For
I did.
someone with a heart condition. Let's
So
blow
just
them up.
just for new
Fine,
listeners, this is a video game podcast. We stream it
Yeah.
live
And health condition.
on YouTube and Twitch. But the problem is, because we are old now,
Yeah, we're getting on.
we
for
are
yourselves.
just constantly getting health problems. So we're going to change story time to Health Corner.
Health update.
Health
Am I
watch.
still alive?
Is Stu still alive?
Yeah, I'm still. Do
You know, it'd be really ironic is that if me and Duke popped it first, and then you
This
stay alive.
is the funny thing,
would be
though, Ginny.
ironic.
You know what you were saying about 100? When I first went in hospital, my resting heart rate was 116.
Yeah,
right?
that's not good. That's like Resident
And
Evil 2 walking down a
It
scary
was
corridor.
constantly that every time they took my heart rate, right? And the machine was like beeping its tits off, like, beep, beep, somebody's wrong here. Beep,
Person
beep, beep,
must be
somebody's wrong
dead.
here.
Person
Yeah.
must be dead.
And
Yeah.
it was like that for the
Seems
first
very
4
unsafe to have
days.
something beeping its tits off.
Mm.
4 days I was in hospital. That's what it was until they started
Yeah.
coming down a little
Yeah.
bit. But flip me. It was a bit
Flip me.
concerning. Just saying.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let us know.
Anyway.
Any stories from anyone else? You know about
Um,
heart rates and stuff?
I mean, my throat's a bit better. I still have a bad throat. I've had a bad throat for 4 weeks.
4
I know.
weeks.
I've not had my voice properly back for 4 weeks, but it's sounding. I don't know if
It sounds fine. I
Yeah.
don't
It
think
does
I
sound
would
fine.
notice.
Yeah, it's not quite exactly how it was, but it's probably the last day or two the best it's ever been.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean the last 2 weeks I remember last week I was talking about being stabbed in the neck, like I had a lump, like a golf ball in my throat. That went yesterday, so it was.
That's not good.
But like so I've still got like a bit of a pain. Health watch, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man,
COVID,
I
it's a
thought-
bitch, I
I
tell
thought
you.
we
Can you
would
get-
some
can you-
actual stories? Now it's just I've
Duke.
had a bit of a pain. What?
Dude, can you get like
Yeah.
a health watch jingle for us?
Yeah, we need something
Yeah,
like
sure, I got it right here. You
health
ready?
watch. Here we go.
No,
Health watch.
it's gonna be like
Health watch. Health watch.
Can I propose that I make something, Duke, for health watch?
Yeah, sure, go for it. Just
I'll make
record it,
something.
send it to me. I'll put it in.
Yeah, I don't know what it'll
Well,
be.
I don't have
yet.
to make stuff anymore. I'm not up for that these days.
No, neither am I.
Shout
But-
out to Ian, Steven, Soul Brother #1, James, Bevan, and Trite76.
Yes, they're in the chat.
Anybody in
Mr.
the
Steve.
Twitch chat? I
is-
I know Mr. Steve is in the
He
chat.
said he's only here because he's got out of work by faking his own death.
I like that.
That's me.
The trouble is, he
It's-
might not expect you back now, though.
I know it's a short-term plan, but I like it. Do you know what I mean? Like, just turn up the next day as if you never said anything.
I wasn't dead after all. Who knew?
No, I thought I was.
Yeah. I
So
think it'll
thanks
be fine.
to the
I think
live
it'll be fine.
chat. Keep chatting. We'll try and include you in the conversation, but sometimes we
will.
forget because we're too busy jabbering on ourselves.
Yeah, because
Jabber,
we're
jabber,
full of
jabber.
ourselves. We don't give a shit
Jabber,
what you
jabber,
lot
jabber.
think.
Um,
Well,
I mean, we do. It's just we're
Can
not
I-
that. But...
Can I make a confession, Duke?
Uh-oh.
Oh snap! It's confession
Oh, it's
time.
confession
Wait, where's that sound
time.
clip. Play the whole thing because Stu made it.
Hey kid, I want you to spill your guts. Tell us everything. Thing. Everything.
Okay, I'll talk.
Right, come on, spill.
I didn't play the games we agreed. I didn't play one
Oh,
of them.
for God's
I didn't play
sake.
one of them.
You didn't, or you did
So
play
you didn't
one.
play a single one.
No, I
Red
didn't.
Doors
You
Paradox.
I
played
didn't
all of them
play-
but one.
I played all of them but one. Thank you, Duke,
Well,
for
we
making
didn't
So, wait a
agree on
minute, we both
exactly
played
which
something
one we were going
different
to
here.
play, so it's a moot point anyway because we
Yeah,
didn't
because
know-
I said Evil
Stu
Within
and I did-
2.
No, you didn't. You said the Evil
I
Within.
did. I said Evil
No.
Within 2.
I
You
think I read
checked
Evil
us.
Within 2, Duke.
I
Because I remember
definitely
reading
put-
it thinking, I haven't played one.
I thought we played the latest one. Although I have played the first one, so I can discuss, I can join in the
No,
conversation.
you said
haven't
Evil
we?
Within then. I got it right here. Look, see? It says
Yeah.
Evil Within.
Okay.
2. It says 2.
Yeah, he
It
said
definitely
Evil
says-
Within too. Like, let's also play Evil Within.
No.
Okay.
Nah.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Totally. It
but I
doesn't
did-
matter.
I
Wait,
did-
you want me to
that's
wait,
good.
wait. I can't. Hang on one second. Where is it? It's under 30 Rock. Yeah,
I
here we
can't
go.
even
It's
see
hard
that.
for me
Step
to
out
admit
of
when I made a
focus.
mistake, so I won't.
There you
Um,
go.
So I didn't play the Evil Within or the Evil Within 2,
Two.
Yeah.
but I did play the demo that Duke
Well, I guess-
suggested.
We'll talk
Yes.
about games now because story
We
time's
will.
over.
Where are you going? Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
What you been playing? What you been playing?
Now, is that because you had never played the first Evil Within and you didn't want to play a game you hadn't played the prequel
That-
to, or is it because the game I mentioned is like 2 megabyte download and it was very easy to
Or,
get?
or was it because you forgot?
I didn't forget.
Oh, okay.
Didn't forget. I went as far as
Yeah, have
looking
a
at
little
it at
faith.
Game Pass and was like, you know what? I really want to play the first one. So
Okay,
Oh.
fair enough.
yeah,
But you
Um,
didn't play the first one though.
no,
Why not?
Okay.
because it's just one of those games in my backlog that I haven't played.
Okay. So
I
you
did-
didn't think that? Okay, I got you.
You got it.
Fair enough.
It's fine. It's fine. We
I
get
I
it,
didn't
we
want
get
to
it.
play
'Cause
Evil Within 2 because Evil Within 1 is still currently in my backlog.
And he knows
Right,
if he
and I
starts
just wondered why
playing
not
it, he's gotta
fire up
play
Evil
it.
Within 1 so we could talk about
I
that.
did think about doing that, but then I did not.
That's what I did. Okay. Because we would have been 2 against 1. We could have
Yeah, you would.
gaslit Stu and been like,
Yes.
no, Stu didn't do it.
He didn't
Stu's
say
wrong.
that.
So do you want to? Can we talk about the game that I played the demo
Yes, this game is called
Yeah.
Doors Paradox.
of? Doors Paradox.
And it's like a preview. It's like a
A
bit
demo.
of a game.
Some
It's-
people might
it's
say a demo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
On Steam, it's
Demo.
The demo
free.
is free.
And the
The
full
game is not.
coming out. I don't think the full game's out yet. So
Oh right.
just
No.
play it, people. Check
Just
it
play
out.
it.
Why
I
not?
mean, I don't know what else you
Play
need
it,
to know.
play
Just
it.
play it. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Play
play
it.
it. Yeah.
Hey,
Go ahead. Who wants to start?
I was
talking
going to
about
say, to me, it was kind of a stripped down version of The Room.
it? Exactly.
you-
That's
are
what I
you
wrote right
more-
here. I wrote it's a low rent, not spooky. The Room.
But a more colourful
we're
version with no story.
Stu,
Yeah.
you said that like you were having a heart attack right there and then.
I was
It was. He was trying
drawing
to
it
think of the
out.
name of it.
Drawing it out.
Yeah.
No.
So for
Yeah,
those who
it-
haven't played The Room, though, what's The Room?
The room is.
It's not.
you're
We're not talking
trapped-
about the Tommy Wiseau movie.
You're trapped
No,
in
not
a
the
room,
room,
and you
the
are.
room.
Right.
You have sort of like a kind of, almost like a Pandora's box of like puzzles and
Well,
trickery and magnets.
it's kind of like
and,
Russian nesting dolls. Boxes,
Yeah.
puzzles,
and it just
yeah.
opens and opens. So this
Pandora's
is
box
like,
has all sorts of
but
back
instead of a
doors.
box, it's like a door,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
can look around the back of a door, and there's puzzles there.
Right. And
Duke,
the-
you
the
said in
room
the
is,
chat.
Sorry, just to make clear, the distinction that I think of is the room is got a story. You're trapped in this place. You have to get from one spot to another. This game with the doors, it's just a series of doors that you're opening. There's no
It's just
story. There's no
puzzles.
nothing. Yeah.
No,
Go ahead.
cat. There's a cat, apparently.
There's a cat.
some
Well,
reason.
yeah, okay.
There's a cat.
There's
Yeah,
a
I don't particularly
cat.
like cats, so it's not for me.
Cats
Um,
can fuck off.
Yeah, them cats, they can go and whistle Dixie.
Right,
I,
yeah.
actually, do you know what? I'm going to cut it some slack. I actually thought the puzzles were okay.
Yeah, the puzzles in this game.
I
aren't
thought it
bad.
was pretty
Dude,
good.
why did you say that you think I wouldn't like this game?
Because I've not known you to be a fan of the kind of storyless puzzle games. You've never been into Mr. Riven. You've never been into the Room games, so far as I know.
Have you
I
played
play-
the
I mean,
room?
you like a good
I
puzzle
played the
game.
room.
You played the room, haven't you?
Did you play the Room 2? Did you play 3? Did you play 4?
No, I played the
Oh,
room
well.
See,
one.
that's the thing. Stu
You're
and I go
meg-
nuts
we
for
played
these
them
games.
all.
We're just
Yeah.
like, blah, blah. I mean,
We
I
are
haven't
the
played 4 yet,
room
but I have it.
Aficionados.
Yeah, we are room fever heads.
Yeah,
we
we
call
are.
ourselves roomites. The
We
people
do.
who are Roombas.
We have
sometimes
our
call
own
ourselves
forum.
Roombas,
We have a
fans of those
Discord
games.
for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all we talk about sometimes.
Yeah, it
is
is.
the room.
The-
How
the-
about
there
that
is only
puzzle
one
on
thing.
the 3rd level of the 6th board, huh? Oh,
Yeah, exactly. There is only
Yeah.
one thing on our Discord for the room, and that's literally just one thing called the room, and that's it.
The room. Yeah, and
And
then
that's all
people
we're
just go
talking
in there and
about.
they type in the room,
Yeah,
and that's it.
they go
That's
mad
all we
for it.
write. Yeah. So anyway,
Mhm.
I'm
we
glad you
done?
liked it, Chinny. Though
Yeah.
it sounds like you.
I did like it.
yeah.
I thought it was
Okay.
pretty good.
Cool. How many
it-
doors did you fix or solve?
I got to the one where, like, there's like a purple body behind it. So I
Oh.
got-
I don't think I got to that one. I did like 3 or 4, I think.
I did 3 of them.
I did about 3. I got to look. There's a purple body behind it, and
don't
you
know
got to
that
like
one.
sort of X-ray it, and then, there's
That
like
might
a
have been
lock
4.
with.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. It was difficult. I couldn't get it. So I was, and then I sort of ran out of time. But yeah,
I
was
must
finding it
admit,
tricky.
I did spend quite a long time on the turning the box round puzzle.
Oh yes.
You know, oh,
So that's the
Oh
one
yeah,
where
yeah,
you've
where you
got
have to tilt it and the
pieces
Yeah.
falling, and
Yeah, that was
yeah,
frustrating.
that was trial. That was a lot of trial and error, to be fair, for
It
me.
was a
That
lot of trial and error.
There was a-
Especially because
there-
at first I didn't even know what I was supposed to do. and
Yes.
then eventually I was like, oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's got like a mixture of like you've got a piece now, figure out where it goes, to
Yep.
puzzles where I don't know, fuck around a little bit and you'll probably figure
Yeah.
out kind of puzzles, and then
I've-
Right.
other ones where it's like you've seen this shape, but what order does
Yeah.
it go in? There's a fucking
Right.
clue somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I think, can I just say though, I think what was quite
Nope.
good about the frustrating turn the box round puzzle was it was followed by 2 very easy ones where you had to move the blocks around and get the thing up to the top.
Yeah, it
which
mixes
was-
it up.
Right, I
mixes
think-
it up.
Yeah,
I think
it
this-
sort
right.
of gave you frustration that made it simple.
Right. And I think that, the other thing about this, especially compared to the room, is everything's localized. So in the room, sometimes you'll have a key and it's 2 rooms away that you need to use it.
Yeah, especially in
Whereas
the
in this
later
game,
games.
It's just the door right in front of you. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to save it. And it's cute because there are like I guess it's sort of like the Angry Birds model where you want to get the 3 stars version of completion. There's these gems along the way, but they're always exactly where you find the key to open the door or whatever it is. They're never hard to locate.
No, they're not
yeah.
hidden that well.
So it's pretty
I
ridiculous.
didn't even
that they
know that was
exist.
what they were. Like, yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
but-
You can easily do the doors without getting the gems, but there's no reason not to because they're right there. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's cute. It's very well made. I mean, it's polished as hell. You
It
know, it's-
is. It looks
3D
nice,
rendered
and there's been a decent variety of puzzles as you go along. I think the
And
trouble
it's,
with the
you
room and
know-
the trouble with these games in general, it's easy to run out of variation, isn't it?
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, they haven't done that on the first 4 puzzles that I tried, but
No, that's what I
Um,
mean. It
know,
seems
yeah.
quite good at sort of
each
mixing it up.
yeah, and each one has a theme. So one of them was like a spooky haunted house. One of them was I don't know, some diner or something. So you know, they got some interesting stuff.
I don't know
going on.
why. It reminds me of like the old-fashioned puzzle TV shows, like the Adventure Game or the Crystal Maze.
The Krypton
Yeah,
factor.
The Krypton. Is that almost
Crystal Meth.
tell you-
old school puzzle thing?
Tell you what,
that's
the
a Star of
90s,
David right there.
the 80s and the 90s were rife with cryptic.
Fort Boyard. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember Fort Boyard, mate.
Oh yeah.
Don't you
yeah.
worry about it.
Do you know what? Do you know what my wife used
American
to call
listeners,
that?
I have no idea what they're talking
She
about.
had her own name for it, which was Fort Boyard Big Tits and Trainers. That's what
Yeah,
she used
that's
to
basically
call
what
it.
it was. Treasure Hunt. I used to like that one as well.
Treasure Hunt.
Dirty
yeah.
bastard. So basically, Fort Boyard, Duke, for
I
the
didn't
American listeners, was a show, and it's like a fort. Obviously, it's a real
Right.
fort out into sea,
Okay.
and it's like a game show where teams compete against each other, go into rooms with different puzzles,
Right.
and then you get points or
Gotcha.
whatever, and you win. But the
Yeah.
thing about it that everybody watched it for, well, every man watched it for, was the host
Yeah.
was a very lovely, attractive lady called Melinda Messenger. And
Correct.
Bazungas, huh?
Melinda Messenger was very gifted in the
Ah.
breast area, and she had to run a
Gotcha.
lot in this show. So, teenage boys,
It was nothing to do with that. I
teenage
watched it for the
boys found
puzzles.
this show quite interesting.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
So yeah, that was football, but it was actually a good show. And
Have you seen her lately, by the way, Ginny?
no,
She's bald. She's completely bald. She's got alopecia, bless her. So
Oh. well,
she went out to the limelight for a lot, and now she does this like most haunted TV show thing.
oh right, isn't that no?
Looks-
That's not her.
Is it not?
No,
Oh no, it's not. You're
That's
right.
Gail
I'm getting them
Porter.
mixed up. That's Gail Porter. I'm mixing them up.
yeah, she's got
They're
alopecia.
similar looking though. They were
Not
at
well,
the time, I
not
guess.
really.
Well, kind of, except when I
Not
didn't have as bigger
really.
breasticles. Anyway,
Anyway.
right, totally ignore me. I'm wrong.
I want to find out what she's
This is
doing. now.
boring. I'm bored now.
Is it
Yeah, it's bored now.
Melinda Messenger?
Probably not doing anything.
This is the bit where my wife walks in when I'm googling Melinda
Yeah,
Messenger.
yeah,
Yeah.
topless pictures.
I don't know. She's not. She appeared of something. Richard Osman's The House of Games. You know, that sort of panel talk show
Oh
thing.
yeah, panel show.
She hasn't really done a lot, to be honest, since that. She's quit television work. She's a
family.
physiotherapist. She's a physiotherapist.
Really? Wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
She quit television work in 2010, and she's a physio.
Huh.
It is interesting. I'm
Who knew?
just fascinated. This is really interesting.
Look, Duke can't get enough of this.
Yeah. All right,
Anyway,
so anything else to say about Doors Paradox?
no, it's okay. I don't know how much it's going to be
cute,
when
it's
it releases.
free. Just play it.
It's the demo's free.
Yeah.
I don't know whether would you buy it? Would either of you
No.
buy this?
No.
No, Ginny?
I mean,
Uh,
maybe after I finish the Room 4, maybe.
Well, I got the impression that Doors Paradox was a mobile phone game. That's the impression.
Well, I
was-
think
it
it started out
was.
as it. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I was looking up on YouTube, there were obviously
Most of them were.
Well, I
in-
only got that
in
because
both
it's got
sides.
the 3-line menu button at the top right, which is the
Yeah,
you
well,
know
there's
like
that
sort
too.
of universal sign of like start, but it's on a mobile
Yeah.
device. So I figured that this is probably a mobile game, and I don't know how much it is on the mobile, but if it
be a
was
lot
cheap enough,
cheaper than it is on here, probably.
if it was cheap enough, yeah, maybe
It
I
might be a
would-
decent mobile game. You know, we play it on mobile.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's.
I
that's
feel
what
like that's probably the better way to play it. To be
Well, there's
honest.
another game
play
on
any
the
games
mobile.
on
I'm just
mobile.
looking at it now called Doors Origins, and it
Ah.
looks exactly the same.
Well, it'd be the same developer,
there you go.
presumably.
And then there's another one called Doors Paradox. It just says it's free. which you
Wow.
can't.
Well, Paradox
oh,
is
it's
free because that's the demo. That's the one we're playing here.
It's a
ah.
Paradox
So
one.
they
Is
give you
it
like
free?
7 or 8 levels here.
What
for
it does
free,
on the phone,
and
by
then
the
they wanna
way,
get you hooked.
it does it in AR,
Oh, yeah.
so it does
Ah.
an augmented reality version of this game.
Dude.
So instead of spinning the door round,
But you have to play it near a door is the problem.
No, no, you have to play it on a desk,
Yeah.
and the door pops out of the desk,
Oh, I see. Okay.
and you have to spin the phone round and do the puzzles that
Okay.
way.
Wow, that's
Stand
pretty
near the
cool
desk.
though.
That's interesting. I mean, is it?
Is it
No.
good though?
Does that make me
Brilliant.
want to play it? No, but
No.
is it cool? Yeah.
Is it cool?
Maybe if Melinda Messenger, was in the game,
Yeah, in it.
running
augmented
around.
on
Open the
your
door and there
desk.
she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's
Yeah.
not.
All right. So what's next?
I don't know. Who's gonna talk about our game, like our normal game?
The
Good God,
game.
Duke. I think you should. You've got
Yeah, you've
like
gotta-
a list
I do
of
have a
stuff.
bunch.
You've got to get
It's
through a
true.
couple here, Duke. Go
Yeah,
for 'em.
Duke.
Guess so. Let's start with Power Wash Simulator. This is
Ooh.
on Game Pass, and these two are always yammering about it, so I figured I would try it.
Yammering.
Yammer, yammer, yammer. So I played Power Wash Simulator, and
Let me
it's a
predict.
coloring-
Can I predict?
it's a coloring book.
Yes.
I was gonna say I don't think you'd
That's
like
what it
it for
is.
some reason.
Yes.
It's not that I didn't like it; it's that it provided exactly the same experience to me as a coloring book. And I mean,
Oh, come
coloring
away,
books
man!
are
It's
cute.
way more satisfying getting in them nooks and crannies.
Well, it's a 3D coloring book,
I
but
suppose.
that's kind
Well,
of
getting on your
whatever,
belly
like,
under some steps, them dirty steps. I tell you.
Yeah, you get the dirty steps to be clean, so it goes from
Right.
dark to light.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
coloring it in.
So satisfying.
Anyway, hey, look, if you found it satisfying, that's great. Would you like some time to talk about how satisfying it is for you?
Well, I think I've talked enough about it, to be honest.
All right, well, that's what I figured. I thought maybe I would share what I thought. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like, it is satisfying, I suppose, but I don't think there's enough activity for me. I did the first level, I cleaned up the van, and then I went into the garden, and I did the steps, and I did the wall, and I did the doghouse, and then I looked at the rest of it, and I was like, oh, God, this just feels like a chore now. So I stopped playing it, and I didn't uninstall it yet, so maybe I'll go back to it, but...
I think
I don't-
maybe you might be going into it, and you probably know this, like with the wrong mindset of it being
be.
like a video game. I think the pleasure that I get out of Power Wash Simulator, which is a sad sentence, I know, but the pleasure that I get out of it is that I can listen to a podcast. It's like it's like satisfying. It is exactly like a coloring book. Like the reason why these adult coloring books that became popular is
right.
like it's just to sort of occupy the left side of your brain or whatever, or the right side.
Yeah.
Of your, and then and
that's-
while the other side of your brain is like listening to something passive. So it's a
Right, and
passive
that's the
video
thing is
game.
that- right, and I've just never been into passive games in general, and that's fine if people are into it. When I'm washing the dishes, I will listen to a podcast. When I'm walking the dog, I'll listen to
Yeah.
a podcast. When I'm driving into school, I'll listen to podcasts. I generally, when I play video games, I'm either listening to the soundtrack of the game or I'm listening to awesome beats when I play Rocket League, or I've got a playlist for, role-playing games and fantasy stuff. What up, Duchess? How are the windows? Awesome. Thank you, Duchess.
Diane is in
she
the
just
background.
weatherized the windows, so the Duchess rocks.
Weatherize the windows. What the hell does that
Yeah,
even
she
mean?
weatherized the windows. What does it mean, Stu wants to know, to weatherize the windows? Speak.
You put plastic on them.
You put plastic on them?
Have you weatherized your windows, Chini?
Up all the little cracks.
No,
Yeah, they
there's
seal up
my
all the little cracks.
my windows have never been weatherized.
Have you,
wait, I'll put
do
you
you
on
think
a
we should
regular
do this?
Audio.
Do I
Uh,
need to get some plastic and weatherize my windows?
In the UK, no one puts plastic on their windows.
Do you take it off in the summer, or do you just leave
Yeah,
it
we
on?
take it off in the spring, yes.
Yeah,
Weird.
that's because you're an island, and all the water around you is a heat sink.
Yeah.
We're not an island. We're Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You're not an island.
Everything's an island if you just look at it far.
Yeah, I was
further
going to say,
away.
like, America's just a giant island.
America is not a giant island. There's land masses on the north and south parts of us.
Yeah, but
no one.
it's
Yeah, but
surrounded by water, though, isn't
yeah,
it?
but
Yeah, really.
Kinda.
you constantly remind us that you're racist to those countries. So, like,
Yeah,
why do
you
they
are
matter?
racist to the other countries, but that doesn't change the geography of them.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. I don't want to
Giant
hear.
island.
I don't want to hear it, Duke.
Yeah, we don't hear this rubbish.
Honestly,
Okay.
I don't.
Surrounded by
If,
water on
Wait, I
two
can-
sides.
This one? There we go.
putting plastic on your windows is ludicrous and only a sign of insanity.
Yeah, it is. The only thing you should use sticky back plastic is to make something on Blue Peter. Just saying.
Blue Peter.
Blue Peter? Is that one of your weird TV shows?
No.
with Blue Peter?
Yes.
What's Blue Peter? We don't know what.
Are you dissing
Blue
Blue Peter?
is a TV show usually aimed at children.
TV show. I said, is it a TV show? You said no.
No.
You said is it a
Yes.
weird TV show? No, but
Yeah,
it's
it's not
but-
Oh,
weird.
I see. It's a normal TV show.
Yeah, it's a TV show aimed at children to
Yeah.
educate them about how to make stuff with their fucking fairy liquid bottles, or
Yeah.
they'll
Toilet
be
roll
like
tubes.
they're
Here's how
burying
you make your fucking stuff.
Look.
they're,
Oh,
they're
shit.
burying
Tracy
time
Island.
capsules. They have like
Yeah,
turtles
yeah.
on.
Yeah,
Like
they
there's
do.
a little dog in there that dies eventually, and they have to get a new one. It's great. It's a great
Okay.
show.
Yeah.
This
The
sounds
Tracy
great.
Island is the stuff of legends.
There's
I'm
a
just
beat-
saying.
Okay.
There's a fucking what? There's a badge.
Sounds great.
You get a badge.
Yeah, Blue Peter badge.
Let's move on. She's gone. You didn't make a point about.
No,
sticky
here's the
tape.
point. Can I just mention the point? There is a
Oh,
point. There is a point. It's a quick point.
Here, wait. I got the point.
Maybe people should think before they speak. Yeah, so I said, when I was a kid growing up, right, I used to do something on Blue Peter, and it involved sticky back plastic. I just said to Mum, Mum, I need some sticky back plastic. She's like, no, it's too expensive. You're never having any. And I never got any.
Isn't sticky
was
back plastic?
So this is really about your childhood, then.
Yeah, I was scarred for
Okay.
life because I
Well,
was
now we
never
got
allowed
that
sticky
sorted.
back plastic. And
That's
you
great. Thanks
are
for
sticking
sharing.
it all over your windows willy-nilly like it's nothing. Just
No,
saying.
we're doing it to save money on heating. I'm not doing it. The Duchess is doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
an
yeah,
investment.
He does all right.
Get double
Sticky back
glazing.
plastic.
Get some.
That
He
like-
does all right because we have plastic on our windows. That means
Hey,
that we do all right.
Sticky back plastic were like gold dust when I was a kid growing
Yeah,
up. I'm
have you
telling
not got
I'm so bored right now.
Have you not got
So-
double glazing windows?
Yeah, man.
No, I guess I don't know. I don't know what kind of windows we have. They're
You don't know
clear,
what
can see
windows
through
do you
them.
have. You've never looked at them.
Yeah, I've looked at them, but I don't know if they're single glazed, double glazed.
No, he hasn't looked at them. He's just looked
Hey,
through them.
Hey, the
I
double
looked through
glazed
them.
now, Chinny, because they've got sticky back plastic on them.
Yeah,
What's water?
exactly.
I'll
Right,
talk about
alright.
a game, right?
Talk
Go
about a
ahead,
fucking
Stu, you
game.
Talk about a game.
I alluded to
Fucking
it
game.
earlier. Whilst I thought I was having a heart attack, I was playing Scorn and finishing that game.
Score.
Ah, you finished it, huh?
I finished it. I'm
All
done.
right. Is that very satisfying? Did you find out a lot of answers and everything made sense?
Not really.
No.
Okay.
It was very moist at the end, I have to say.
Oh, I'll bet.
More moist than it had been most of the game, to be honest.
Pull out
with you.
somebody's eyeballs and eat them.
Not quite, but right. There's this not halfway, but on the second level of the game, something happens. I don't give spoilers, like it would make any difference because no one understands this shit, right?
Hmm.
Of course, nobody understands
Well-
it. No one's going to play it.
So what happens is when you think about it, right, and look at this game objectively,
Yes.
the character you play in the first level is not the character you play for the rest of the game from the second level onwards.
Because he's dead.
No, he's not. So what happens
He's
is
in a
you-
coma.
So these guys are like making this weird pilgrimage to this temple thing, right?
Okay.
But you start as another guy making the pilgrimage, but the guy you played as in the first part of the game sort of becomes a parasite on you.
Okay. So he's living in the basement?
No, he's living in the other half of your body, sort of wrapped
Get
and
it? Like
attached
the
to
movie
you,
Parasite?
right?
Oh,
So
okay,
you,
I
you
gotcha.
end up with two pairs of arms, right?
Oh, for fuck's
And
sake.
every so often, for some weird reason, as you're wandering along into another part of a level, he starts ripping your guts out with his hands for some reason.
Oh, that's lovely.
So that happens, but he's also quite useful because he does hold your weapons for you, right?
Okay.
So you can swap weapons with him. And he also, you get this health thing which he carries, and also your bullets. So later on in the game, you know, I said it was a bit like Existence for anybody who's seen that film.
Yeah.
It becomes even more like that because you get a rocket launcher type gun that blows
Oh,
up,
sweet.
but it shoots what look like molars. You shoot teeth out of it.
What?
Honestly, this
I
game.
mean, but hang on a second. Here's what I don't get. You're in the
weird.
land of the damned. There's demons all around you pulling
You
arms
don't know
off of
where
people.
you are.
Right.
You
So
don't-
the point is, what these demons that are running around trapping you here, fusing humans to humans, they're going to be
No.
hurt by teeth?
No, they're not. No. There's like these guardian things, and you can kill them with the teeth.
And
Teeth.
so
Not
you're
the same
shooting
as
guardians out of
you.
the sky with teeth.
No, teeth are just the ammo for the things that are on the floor. They're not in the
I know,
sky.
but when I think of dangerous ammo that would hurt demons, whatever the hell you're
explode.
fighting. Oh, exploding teeth. That makes sense.
Have you
Yeah,
reloaded
I mean,
the
I'm
teeth?
sorry, I was being
Have
skeptical.
you reloaded
know.
the teeth in your
Of course
gun?
you got skeptical teeth, exploding teeth.
So that happens, right? And then you get to the end.
Every
right?
word you say makes me want to never go near
Spoilers
this game.
for
even
the
more.
end.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, spoilers. Here we go, people.
So you've got to crush these two things that look like fetuses with massive vampire teeth.
Again,
Right.
every game now,
Yeah, the
you're
teeth.
crushing fetuses with teeth.
So you're crushing fetuses, right? And you put the blood of those into these what look like two pregnant humanoids with these big glass bellies on them. It's just
Okay.
fucking weird, right?
So like,
It's very weird.
my problem with this game is that it's just there to just gross you out, isn't it?
No, well, kind of. I think it's trying to make a point of some description. I'm just not sure
Is
what
it-
it is.
Really? The point is, we're weird, man. You can't
Yeah.
handle us.
You can
Yeah.
handle the weird.
Yeah, I
This
think
is
that's
just a
the
weird
point.
game because there's no voice acting, there's no narrative, there's no story to speak of that's visualized in any way. There's no tapes, there's no scrolls that you look at. Everything is literally visual, and that's it. There is nothing to tell you where you are, what you're doing, or what the hell is going on. But
That's great.
that all being said, I kind of liked it.
You love it.
I did. I
course.
kind of liked it. I don't know
Weird as
why.
shit.
Because he's fucking so ridiculously weird. It's kind of
Yes.
cool at the same time because it's so fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's weird and shit.
It is weird and shit, and it's disgustingly gross. You know, everything that you do just squelches and stuff. You know what I mean? Makes all these horrible noises. You stick your fingers in stuff and it squelches.
Yes.
But it just seems to be about rebirth. Everything seems to be about being born or being reborn, or I don't even know anymore. But I don't know what to say.
Well, it sounds like you enjoyed it, which is
So-
what's most important.
I
I'm glad you
enjoyed it in the weirdest
What's
of ways.
what's your review noise? Are you having a heart attack?
That's, what,
that's your
that's
review.
what it. Well, I thought I was doing, so you know that's kind of the review noise.
It didn't sound like a game you enjoyed there, Stu.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
I mean,
whether
you
I
made it
did
to
or
the
I
end.
didn't.
You didn't hate it that much.
I got it to the end. It's not. It doesn't outstay its welcome. It's literally.
And
about
you
5
don't
hours
finish
long.
many games, so why do you think you finished this
I don't
one?
know. I just felt compelled to finish it. And to be fair, the puzzles weren't that really puzzly. It's just a matter of doing stuff.
Do you think you
It's kinda
finished
like
it
you just got
because
to do stuff in
you
the right
wanted to
order. Once-
see?
like you come into a level that look. I wanted to know what happened. What was it all about? And when I
Yeah,
got
you
to
wanted
the
to
end,
see how gross
still
the
don't
game got.
know.
So I guess you can't talk about it without spoiling, but like, what?
Well, he's already spoiled
How
the fucking-
satisfied were you at the end?
Uh,
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10
I
being
don't
Portal,
know because it was
1
kind
being,
of
like
it was very depressing.
What?
ended. It was like totally
what's-
depressing because the impression I got. Right, I'll tell you, this is the impression I got from the end. Right?
What's the impression you got from the end?
Oh,
Stu's been legging out for the last 2 minutes, by the way, Duke.
sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
I guess so.
it might
just
come
haven't
back.
realized it.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Oh,
Welcome
for
back.
God's sake.
Can you do that thing you did once?
Hello?
With
I don't
fixing
think he
your
can
internet?
hear us. Oh, he can.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
Okay.
Look, this is the thing, right? The impression I got at the end of the game, spoilers. Well, this isn't even spoilers because it doesn't even explicitly tell you anything. So you've got to make up your own mind of what the hell's going on.
Just
The impression
make
I
up a
got is
story,
right.
like, I
these
think it was about
weird
cheesecake.
these weird type zombie dudes.
Yes.
Okay. They have to make this pilgrimage.
Bill
It's
Mugridge.
not
Just keep
how you
going. We
say
know
it.
what you mean. Yes.
Yeah, they have to go to the temple. I'll just say that.
Right.
Pilgrimage.
Make a Hajj.
pilgrimage. That still does not right, is it?
Pilgrimage. It's fine. Just keep it moving. We want to hear what you have to say.
Pilgrimage. I don't know.
Yes.
Something with my mind. Pilgrimage
Yeah.
to this temple in the middle
Right.
of nowhere. Okay. And oh my god, the internet is playing up big time.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Holy shite. Come on.
I'm making a
Do you hear
note
me?
of the time
I can
code.
hear you.
Yeah,
Stu.
the internet's playing up again. Virgin, best internet. Oh, for God's sake. Right. Okay, here we go. We may or may not get through this. Who knows? Okay.
Who knows?
You can hear me, I'm guessing. I will try and carry
Yes.
on. Anyway. So here's the impression I get, right? You get to the end of the game. These dudes, like zombie dudes, are doing this pilgrimage to this temple to ascend to a higher state of consciousness, is the impression I get.
Yeah.
But what sadly happens is, right, you get to this machine and you unfuse the parasite dude, which is the guy you play in the first level. You get rid of him, and he scuttles away a bit like an alien, right?
Right.
So you finally get to the light at the end of the tunnel. You can see the light where you're going to ascend.
Right.
And then fucking parasite dude reappears, fuses himself back with you, and then you just end up in this big, huge melted blob together. And he doesn't
sounds
make
great.
it. And he doesn't make it. So I feel like it's these guys keep trying to make this journey, and only a select few actually make it because all the other ones are trying to make it too.
Well,
and
yeah,
they do that
Ascension
by
wouldn't
being
mean anything if
passengers.
everybody could do it. It's like, heaven. You can't have everybody go to heaven.
Well, that's what I feel like this game's trying to be. Some weird, I don't know. It's just a weird, I don't know. I don't know what else I can say about it. It's just the fucking weirdest game I played. It's just
It's a
fucking
weird game.
Sounds pretty
Scorn
weird.
is a weird game.
Everything's weird. I mean, even look at his gun. Look at it. Fucking just bits of stuff dangling out of it when he puts this. And you change guns by just changing the handle on them to something else.
And now you're spitting gums instead of teeth. Now
Yeah.
you're spitting nose bone
Okay.
cartilage.
That is pretty much what happens.
Yeah.
And there's a tradition. There was a traditional boss fight type thing at the end as well, which was quite interesting.
Well, how about that?
I
Okay.
quite enjoyed it.
And you have to hit him with penises.
You
I
did.
think you have
Penises, big
failed
floppy penises.
to describe this game.
It's, I
You-
think this.
It is
'Cause there's no way
over.
to describe it.
This
I don't think you can
section
describe
is
it.
over. You have
Yeah.
failed Scorn.
I have. I'm
You
sorry.
have failed at podcasting about Scorn.
It's undescribable. Sorry for spoilers for anyone who's remotely trying to play this. Can I just say, when I finished the game, the last achievement you get for finishing the game,
Yeah.
only 7% of other players had that achievement.
Wow.
So barely anybody has finished this game. Also,
Crazy.
I've got 900 points on this game, right? I'm only 100 points off a full 1,000 gamer score. Okay.
Damn.
To get it, I have to go and redo the first level, but do it the alternate way. There's two ways you can do it, right? I scooped him out like an egg and
Yeah.
killed him, and just his arm fell off.
Right.
Or you can drag the dude around and put him on a machine that saws his arm off with a circular saw blade.
Dude.
So I have
It's
to go
dark,
back and do
man.
that. And
So
I'm like,
dark.
should I do it? Nah. So I didn't bother.
Oh, I would have done that.
Suck it.
No, I know you would have
Crazy
because you're a gamer
weirdo dude.
score whore.
Not these days.
Yeah. So I was just like, nah, I can't be bothered. So I didn't bother.
Fair enough.
But yeah, should you play it? This is the first
All right,
game
we're
I'm
done
gonna
with
go,
it. No, we're fucking done
Don't
with this
play
game.
it. Don't play it.
Don't
It's
play
weird.
it.
It's too weird.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Scorn.
Chinny, anyway, what have you been playing? Have you actually been playing anything? What have you been playing?
Yeah, I've played more of Plague's Tale.
Ah, of course. So we talk about this together because I've been playing this
Yeah,
too.
let's do it.
I haven't
When we-
finished. Have you finished?
No.
No, I
It'd be
haven't.
funny if Chinny were like, no, I want to talk about it by myself. I don't want you to talk
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it with you.
I'm trying to think where I'm up to. Oh, I know where I'm up to.
are you up to? Give me a
I'm-
clue.
I'm up to. I'm on a ship,
Yeah.
and that's where. Well, I'm just past a bit on a ship, and
Yeah.
then you get off because it's stuck on
'Cause-
some stuff.
You meet a
And
man, right?
Yes, you meet a man.
You meet a man.
then
He
you
gets
get on
stuck
his
on some.
ship,
What does he get stuck on?
He gets stuck on some stuff like debris from the town after you've just left, or the city.
Oh
you
no,
just
I'm
left.
way ahead of you.
Yeah, you probably are because I was playing Scorn for
Because
some
you're
reason.
not on a ship. You're on a boat.
Well, it's kind of a ship.
You're on a
Stroke boat, I guess.
You're on a boat with a
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
And
your mum.
And your mum.
And your mum.
And is that where you are?
Yeah, I'm just in the midst of the puzzles with the There's like getting through the rats and well, there's
there's like a big hay bale that you've got to swing round.
Yeah, you keep setting it on fire.
I'm ahead of you
Yeah, I thought you probably would be, to be honest, because like I say, I've been playing Scorn.
by a bit. Yeah, I'm ahead of you by a bit because you do get on a ship.
On an actual ship.
On an actual ship, and you meet another man.
Another man.
Oh
my god.
So at where you are,
yeah,
is fine.
Can I just say, by the way, escaping from that city was a really cool section
it was brilliant.
of the game.
Absolutely brilliant.
It was awesome.
There's been some great moments in this game.
There has.
Plague's Tale Requiem, ladies and gentlemen. There has been great moments in the game. However, where you are is round about the time they start to introduce gameplay elements that I have not seen in the first.
Oh, interesting.
They start to like go, you can do this, and you can do this, which you couldn't do in the first game. I was like, oh, okay, that's new, that's good. But I tell you what, when you get on another ship, because you get on another ship, the game slows down dramatically.
Okay,
like
well,
I was going to say it. Like where you are now, that's the boat. You're not on the ship, right? And then you do something else, and then you get to a ship. When you get to the ship, it just really slows down, like really drags.
So is that just because you're on the ship for a long time and nothing
Not
happens?
really. It's I suppose it's just a story beat of the whole thing.
Right.
There's what's going on in the story doesn't allow for a lot of opportunity to, to fuck around with rats or whatever. So
yeah, do stuff.
Yeah. But you probably heard Hugo, the little boy, talk about an island.
Yes.
And he wants to go to an island.
It does. We've seen the island. You see the island early on in the game.
Well, I'm on that island now. That's where I am.
So do you think that's near the end? Or...
No.
I think this is a big game. I'm getting the impression this is a
I'm on
hefty
chapter
game.
10.
Yeah.
You're on chapter 6, I think.
Yeah, 6 or 7. 6, possibly.
There's 17 chapters.
Oh, it's a big game.
So
let's have a look how long to be. Let's see.
Yeah.
17 hours, because each chapter
Is that what he's saying?
No,
Wow.
I'm just making up stuff. I'm being silly.
It's going to be about 20 hours, 25 hours, I think, something like that.
The problem, of course, with me being silly
Maybe
is...
people should think before they speak.
Maybe they should.
Main story, 16 hours, apparently.
Hey, I was right. Ooh, nailed it.
You're pretty right.
Yeah, it's a good game. I'm really enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. Most of it has been really, really good. However, there is a section where you go on a big fuck off ship, and the story just slows down. The game slows down. You don't really go into combat or any precarious situations for a while. And where I am now, you start to go back in it. However, guess what they do, Stu?
I don't know. Bring back stuff that you've already forgotten about.
They go, you can't kill anybody.
Well, there's been a little. It sort of alludes to that, doesn't it? Because the young lad's like, oh, you shouldn't keep killing people.
No. You can't kill anybody because you're on the island and they don't know they're actually good to you, but you're just trespassing.
Okay.
And then there's a section where you can't even get seen, because if you get seen, you die. So like,
I hate that. Is that like insta end and you have to start again?
Yeah, but I will say the section that I'm doing right now where you can't get seen is actually like, I've done the whole thing first time, so it's actually pretty like rewarding to do it. And it's not. It is tricky, but it's not at the same time. There's just a lot of like distract them with this, distract them with that. There's a couple of powers coming up, Stu. That I think you'll like. That are new.
All right, okay.
That are new to the game. Yeah, so that's
it's not like feature creep stuff though. It's okay stuff.
Yeah, it's okay stuff. It's like, yeah, that's what I want to do. Like, it's about fucking time I'm doing that.
Okay.
So
I'm enjoying the game. I must admit, I'm
great.
sort of thinking about it when I'm not playing it, and that's always a good sign.
I heard another podcast talk about this game, and it was annoying me.
All right, how they were talking about it.
Now, we don't know this podcast. This isn't a podcast that we know. This is a
Okay.
podcast that like gets money for doing podcasts.
Yeah.
One of those, and they were saying, "Oh, like Plague Tale's good, but like I can see the game. It's too much of a game. It's like a gamey game, and like I can see the elements. I can see what I've got to do here, here, and here." And then they just continue to talk about like a 5v1 game, which has like cooldowns and loadouts, and I was like, "Well, that's a game. Like,
Now
what are
that's a
you?
gamey game.
Like, they're all
Do
fucking gaming
you know
games.
if they had that same complaint about the first one?
I don't, but
In other words, I wonder if this is more like that than the first one.
my point is like you play, you play any game, and you can because you're trained. Because we've been playing video games for a while, you are trained to know that, like, okay, I've got to go towards the light. Okay, I
Yeah,
can
you
probably
just know the systems, don't
yeah,
you?
yeah, it's the system. So like, it was just an absolute bollocks complaint. Like,
It sounds
I
like
don't mind
bollocks. I mean,
people.
unless you're gonna say like, here's a game that does it right, and
Yeah.
these are the ones.
But,
this
you know,
is bad because it doesn't.
For
do
the
it.
for example, like you play even like with a game which I hold in like very high regard is like The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
I was like, as soon as you start seeing low walls and cars that you can crawl under, you're like, there's something gonna happen here. Like, you know, because that's what the game does. It's a gaming game.
Yeah.
I just thought it was the stupidest thing to kind of.
The
like,
only,
not,
to be
not
fair,
like the game
right,
for.
there aren't many games that don't have similar systems because that's how games work. Unless you get like a
Yeah.
Portal 2, which is more different than you can.
But
probably
like,
imagine
but it's
compared to a
still.
modern game.
But even with Portal 2, you still start to see the game part of it because you go, well, that's a cut out section of the wall, so that must be there for a reason. But the reason why it works so well in Portal 2 is because you are basically doing trials, which is basically a game. So
Yeah.
it's set out like that. But
And they introduce all these really cool sort of things that you can do, you know, with all the different, what do they call them? All the different things you could spray. Can't
the
believe it, I know.
gels, the
the
yeah.
gels, and all that kind of stuff.
But like back to like a Plague Tale Requiem, their complaint was like, "Oh, I can just see the game." You know, it's. I was like, but they were talking about that fucking Ghostbusters 5v1 game. I was like, that's got cooldowns and like Overwatch. Like they were talking about Overwatch 2. And I was like, these are all fucking gamey games. Like, what are you talking about? They're all games. And Red Dead Redemption 2, one of my favorite games ever. God of War. You go into God of War, there's a fucking crank that you got to turn and it's going to counterweight this and then it's a fuck. So
But you just accept that's the game. That moves
it's
the
kind of
story
like the
along.
unwritten rule of like, well, you just don't complain about that. Like I remember when I played Assassin's Creed in front of Jimmy, my little nephew.
Yeah.
And when you crouch in a bush and then the enemy can't see you, and
Yep.
Jimmy was like, "But I can see you. You're right there." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. Like, but in the game they can't see me, And he hadn't been trained to like go, "Why he can see you?" Like,
Yeah, just
that's-
accept the system.
yeah, it's the system, if you see tall grass, you can hide in it. But actually, the enemies could probably see you. It's not that bad.
Now,
yes.
interestingly, right, Evil Within 2, right, does a crouch in the grass thing, but you can't see the character. You just see like a silhouetted outline. So that you really can't see your character in the grass.
No.
There
Plague
you
Tale
go.
Requiem is very, very good. I love it. It will definitely be in my Game of the Year discussion.
Okay, well, that'll be interesting.
I love it. I love the story. And I knew there was something weird about the game that I hadn't picked up on. There's something strange about this one. Have you spotted it, Stu?
I don't know whether I have.
It's the voice acting.
Oh, okay. In what respect? What, different voice actors, I assume?
Same voice actors.
Alright. Well, they're older. There is that.
Yeah, they're older, yeah.
Don't know. I don't know.
Have they
Tell
been
me.
smoking a lot? Or are they like, hey, come
Yeah,
this
they're a bit
way,
more
get away
rough.
from
The game's only set 6 months after the first one, so they're not a lot older.
No.
However, they are no longer French.
Oh, mon Dieu.
They haven't got
They
the French
don't
accent.
have-
Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Pourquoi
They-
est-ce qu'ils
in the
sont-
first game, they spoke English with a French accent, and in the second game, they speak like just traditional English.
Well, it's because
accent.
they've been they've spent time. If I were to go over there, I'd start speaking with a British
At
accent.
no point during the first game did I find it weird
I
that
didn't.
that you know what I mean. It was like, yeah, they have a French accent. Like, who cares?
Yeah,
And
set in France.
No, I was like, she sounds different. I don't know why she sounds different. It's a different woman. and I read it up, and I was like, everybody was saying, why do they speak in English accents? I was like,
Crikey, we got to
yeah.
go
No,
this way now.
It is weird how that hasn't registered for me at all.
yeah.
You know, I've not registered that at all. that
I
they're
just remember,
speaking-
I just remember thinking, like, she sounds different. She sounds really
It's a
different.
while since I've played it, though. It's quite a
Yeah.
long time
I
since
didn't.
I played
I,
it.
I played it about a year ago, so it wasn't that long ago for me. But I was like, she sounds really different. I don't know. It's the
Yeah.
same woman, and I looked at it as soon as I googled it. Why all the and you like, oh right, here we go. That's it.
Interesting.
You
I'll be
always count
listening
on
now.
Google to tell you what the mob is angry about.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It is a strange choice, though. It is like really weird. Maybe they were just a bit like, oh, we don't want to be, we don't want to insult the French, which is weird because everybody insults the French, even the French.
I don't think it is that. I think it's more probably because they did well in America and the UK, and they thought, well, go with the biggest common denominator.
No, I don't
know.
No, but they spoke English though.
If they want to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
well in America, they should insult the French.
Yeah,
They should have
exactly.
to be like, I don't want to eat that because it's not fancy
You
cheese.
smell of garlic.
I just can't.
Oh.
I can't really think of a reason why they did it.
You have frog's legs.
Maybe it was just a pain in the neck. Like they were like, if you want us to do
Well,
this
I'm
French
assuming they were
accent
French
again-
actors, were they not? Are they not French?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought they were French.
No, I think they're.
Maybe they wanted $4,000
Do you know what it
for
is?
the recording
I was
session
going to
do
say
French
it's because they only paid them $4,000, so they were like, "Fuck
Ah.
that shit! I ain't
Yeah,
speaking
I
in no
don't know.
French accent for them peanuts."
Maybe
That's what it
it's
was.
just easier for the actors and actresses to.
I just assumed they were
Speak in
French in the
English-
first game, to be
English
honest.
accent. I don't know.
I don't know.
Amicia is voiced by Charlotte McBurney.
Oh, that definitely doesn't sound French at
No,
all.
she sounds Scottish as fuck.
Yeah. That's probably why she's not doing it in a French accent. She's like, "Fuck
Watch out for
off."
that.
Okay, now do give me a haggis.
No fooling! I'm from North Kiltown.
Hugo is voiced by a lad called Logan Hannon.
Yeah, it's
doesn't really
definitely not
say-
French. Huh.
Doesn't really say a lot about if they're French or English.
Well, they're definitely not French with those
Oh
names, I
no!
would.
So Eden, so he's Lucas. You know Lucas the Alchemist kid.
Oh yeah.
So he is an English actor, best known for what else? What's he known for? He's been in a few things. This kid.
What,
I
as
know.
a real actor, not just a voice actor?
Yeah. He's been in like stuff. He's been in things.
Oh, okay.
Some TV shows and stuff. Good for that kid.
Good for him.
Yeah. So he's he's an actor. But it looks like they're all English. Yeah, it looks like they're all.
Well, who knew?
English.
I just assumed they were French in the first game because they spoke with French accents.
Well, they're bloody not.
Bloody hell. Well, it's no wonder they didn't want to bother doing that for the second game. Anyway, what do you think of the game? What do you think?
I've talked about
What's
it.
your-
I think it's brilliant. It's going to be on my game of the year list. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I don't know that yet because there's some big games coming up, and obviously I've just finished Scorn,
I'll tell you what.
which is obviously going to be on my game. Not
about
really.
about that topic, Stu. There's some pretty decent games coming out.
Well, there's obviously God of War Ragnarok. Is that next week or the week after? It's very close.
I thought it was already out.
No,
No,
it's not
is
out
it
yet.
next
I
week?
think it's. I think it might be next week.
Right.
But in the news, we're going to talk about another game that's good, which could be a bit of a sleeper.
Yeah.
That
well,
I think all three of us are going to like.
Okay.
Can I just say?
well, are you going to say the title of it, or are you going to?
I can tell you the title. The title
on.
is Somerville.
I'm not playing that.
Right.
Somerville, and it's by the original game developer for Inside.
Okay.
So they
Bo
left.
Burnham's inside.
Created a whole new studio. This trailer came out in 2017, I want to say.
I remember it.
What?
Somerville
Wow.
looks really cool, like alien invasion, side-scrolling platformer,
I remember.
very
it.
eerie, weird-looking thing. I don't know whether this is going to be one that might be a bit of a sleeper hit because it's not been
Well,
announced.
maybe
really
we
that
could
big.
talk about it during the news section.
Yeah,
because
it's
right
coming
now
to
we're
Game
talking
Pass
about
as well,
the
by
games
the way.
we've been playing.
It is
and
coming to
so I
Game
thought-
Pass, so
Right, that's good stuff for the news section.
But the other, obviously, Modern Warfare 2's out, and I'm
yeah, I don't know about
I'm
that.
up for that. God of War. I want to try Gotham Knights.
I feel like someone
Forest
else it was.
Paradox.
Oh, there's Callisto Protocol.
Yeah,
That could be good.
that could be good.
That's December, isn't it? It's all right weird. It's like 3rd of December, I think.
Hmm.
So that's
I've
coming
heard
up
some
in the
bad
next few
things
weeks.
about this Gotham Knights, though.
Yeah, I haven't heard great things at all. Everyone says it's like an Xbox One game.
Yeah.
So That's not good.
That's not good. But yeah, so that Plague Tale, great. I think it's going to be in the list.
Yeah, I do. I'm with you on that, Ginny.
It's definitely
it's
going to be in the debate. It's going to be in the debate.
It is, but there's going to be. I still feel like there's going to be other stuff. I'm trying to think what else I've played this year, but it's been a bit of a funny year, really. Okay, Duke, back over to you with your massive list of games.
So I've been playing some other games as well. Doors Paradise. Oh, we already talked about that. Should we talk about Evil Within, or should I talk about one?
Yeah, you can do, because I've got it. You can just go on your own, because I've played the beginning of this game and a little bit of it. So
right, I played the beginning of it too, and then I turned it off because it's kind of shit.
Really, I thought it was pretty good, the opening to the game.
First of all, I had a problem. We kept playing on the wrong monitor. Now that's not specific to this game, because apparently there's other games that do it too. But get it together, man. What are y'all doing? Anyway, at one point, first of all, the dialogue is just trash. There's a bunch of cops going so there's these cops that are supposed to be delivering these detectives to somewhere, and then they go, sorry, I know you're eager to get to this place, but we're gonna take a detour. Like, no, if you've got detectives with you, sometimes detectives will go with cops to beat cops to a location, but the idea that they're just gonna, we're gonna also go to this scene of murder. Like, yeah, why not drag these other detectives there? It just seemed weird. And it just they go into this room and they go, oh, it smells like blood. Really? Like, because blood has such a distinctive scent that you just
isn't this kind of just double check? This is the game that starts off where you're chained up, isn't it? And there's this
well, eventually you do, but there's this long cutscene first.
I don't even remember that. I just remember being chained up.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. Don't worry. But you come upon this person. Did I put? Oh, it's in here. You come upon this person and you're like, hey, what happened? This one's still alive. So you go and ask him what happened. And he's like, actually, I have it. I wrote the dialogue down. You ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
Nothing. The color, it burns. Cold and wet, but it burns. It lived in the well. I seen it. Crap. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't the dialogue, but it sounded like that dialogue. The dialogue I just read
sure?
The dialogue I just read is from H.P. Lovecraft, as quoted in Stephen King's book On Writing. And as he says here, people just don't talk like this, even on their deathbeds. So it's just stupid, bad dialogue. And then we start actually playing the game. So here we go. This is where, the actual. So now you're tied up, and there's a homicidal maniac who's kept you alive for some reason. Okay. And then he's left a knife sticking in another corpse. So you're chained to the ceiling or something, and then you have to swing yourself back and forth to get to the thing. And then you get the knife, and you cut yourself down, and then the knife vanishes. And I'm like, where's the knife? I just had a knife. Why don't I have the knife anymore? You can't get the knife again. Now you got to sneak around, and you can only move this quickly. So of course you're going to be tense. The whole game is designed to simulate tension, not through just atmosphere, because they can't do too much with that. Instead, it's just you're limited in what you can do, so therefore you're tense and frustrated, and presumably that makes you scared. Which is ridiculous, because if I said, let's have a tense podcast here, what if you can only say 2 words?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's your 2 words, yeah, and that's it. You're done. Oh, you failed.
I fucking failed.
Right. Nah. So I don't know. Look, these games aren't for me. At one, so apparently, since the vanishing knife vanished, I was supposed to sneak around and get past this homicidal butcher guy. And I tried like 3 times, and he kept cutting my head off. And finally, I was like,
I just want to say, f*** this game. I'm done.
Fear 2 is the greatest horror game in the history of ever, because you go in with your, this is the same reason I couldn't get into Amnesia. You don't have anything. You're just hiding, and you're moving really slowly, and it's all very tense, and you just barely make it. Once again, as with The Long Dark, you're almost on the edge of death for the whole game. Like, Fear 2 is like you go in with an AR-15 and you're ready, you got armor on, you're ready, and then things kill you, even though you have all those things. Yeah. So that's why I like Fear 2.
Yeah, because you want to shoot shit in your horror games.
Well, and you can mess with people even though they're heavily armed. In this game, you don't have anything. And I guess I don't like games where you don't have any weapons. If it's a game where monsters are trying to kill you, I want a weapon, please.
Yeah,
I
no,
guess
I
I'm
agree.
weird.
Even in Resident Evil 4, one of the greatest horror games ever made, you've got weapons.
Yeah.
You know what
Now,
I mean?
you got 4 bullets, which is why I couldn't get into the Resident Evil games. But at least you got something.
No, I
So,
mean, I think
don't know.
Resi 4 is a bit more generous than that.
Well, okay.
It
When
can
I
be.
played it, I remember running out of ammo
Now,
lickety split.
while we're talking
But we
about
all
this, I
know
will-
I'm very good at conserving ammo. So
Can we
that's
just say,
irony,
while we're
kids.
talking about this, I will talk a little bit about The Evil Within 2, because I
Yeah.
played that game.
Sure.
And you do get weapons. So you
Okay.
do it, but there is still a lot of creeping around. What's interesting, I don't know whether this applies to the first game or not. And I didn't do it, but you can. If you go into the settings, there's an invincible mode. So you can
Ooh,
actually just make yourself completely invincible. And
Well, I
there's
did
another
put
mode.
Evil Within on the easy mode because I was like, I know I'm not going to be good at this. But even that was very difficult. So I guess I needed.
Well, in this, and there was
invincible
something
mode.
else, you could have unlimited ammo. There was like almost like built into the settings with like cheat codes.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, if you just want to play the game and be like a badass,
Yeah.
just go ahead and do it. So it
Yeah,
does give you that option if that's what you want to do, which I thought was kind of interesting. Other than that, it's a weird old game because I like the opening of The Evil Within 2 is there's these almost like, I don't even know what it is. There's some weird kid, there's some weird shit going down, which is in kind of almost like this, I don't even know what it is, this like artificial environment. And then you get plugged into it, and then you have to go in as soldiers, but they just can't get you out. It's a bit like the Matrix. And you're kind of plugged in, and you've got to get to an extraction point before you can get out of the place.
Yeah.
So you go in the place to rescue these army operatives that have got lost within it.
Right.
Right. But then when you get in there, there's some dude going around killing them all within the dream state or whatever the hell it is. And it
Sounds
is
great.
kind of cool.
I can't wait to play this.
And they're sort of in a replay loop of the moment they were killed. So there's it is quite cool artist, sort of aesthetically in a horrible kind of
guess.
way. Because this dude gets shot in the head, and he's just over and over again with the blood arcing out and him, getting shot backwards, and then it'll reset and it'll just do it over again in this almost weird film freeze frame.
It's like a
thing.
death loop.
Yeah, it is. It was kind of cool. So then obviously you see him kill another dude with a knife, and then the same thing happens when he goes. He's left in this almost perpetual death scene.
Yeah.
So I did kind of quite like that. But then it becomes this open world survival game, a bit like Dead Rising.
Right.
So you meet this other dude that's actually still alive who hasn't been killed, and then that becomes your base of operations. And then you go out doing missions and stuff and trying to rescue people.
Right.
So it becomes this almost like open world thing.
Yeah.
In all these different areas, which I didn't actually mind. So there's weapons caches. So he gives you a load of shit and he's like, oh, if you want to get a cool weapon, you need to go to this weapons cache. I'll put it on your map. Or
I think the lesson here is in the future, I should listen to what Stu says because it sounds like I would like this game better than the first
I
one.
think it's a different type of game. Don't get me wrong. There's still all that weird stuff and survival stuff. There's one part where you're running away from this weird mutated monster thing.
Oh, yeah.
And the
Well, I mean,
dude
that's gonna
who's
happen in
killing
a horror game,
everyone, this is how you get your first weapon. He
Right.
throws a knife at you, which sticks in your shoulder, and that becomes the first weapon for you when you
At
pull
least
it
you
out.
get to keep it.
You
Yeah,
get to
really.
keep
At least
it,
it
though.
just vanish.
No, it
Bitch-ass
doesn't
first
break.
game.
You know what I mean? You can stab stuff with it, and it carries on being able to be stabby.
You know what? I hadn't thought of that. Maybe it's that's what's going on in the first game. Is it's like the Breath of the Wild.
Take this.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Maybe that's what it is.
Although you didn't
But
even get to
I
say
actually
take
didn't.
this.
I didn't mind it at all. I'm like, this is actually pretty good. So
Okay.
I quite like the Evil Within 2. They definitely went in a
Are
whole
you gonna-
other direction. You know what I mean?
Are
than
you
the
going to
first
stick with
game.
it?
Yeah. I'm going to
Okay,
find out what
cool.
happens. I'm going to go and get, see what weapons. And
Because
obviously,
the Duchess was like, I was complaining about the Evil Within. Because, I mean, what are we going to talk about, right? We're together all the time. So eventually it's like, so I was playing this horror game. And she's just like, oh, God, here we go. But, which is funny because she listens to the show every week. No. But it was funny because she was like, oh, that's a good idea to play horror games during Halloween. And I'm like, no, don't encourage Stuart.
see,
But
good idea.
You're right. Yeah.
But yeah, I quite like.
I just wish there were better horror games. That's all. I mean, here's the thing. Look, sorry. Let me just say this one thing. I know you're trying to talk.
Yeah,
but,
you can.
I really like Fear 2. That's my favorite horror game of all time. And I wish there were more games that were, like Killing Floor is also kind of like it, like scary shooters. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I think that for me, and again, like it's horses for courses. Some people really like the Soma, Evil Within, Alien
Soma's
Isolation
so good.
type
You'd
games.
like Soma, Duke. I'm
sure I'd like the story, but I just
I
gotta
think you'd
watch
love
it or
this.
whatever. Anyway, the point is that I there's a place for other kinds of horror games, and it frustrates me that so many of them are just, you can't move very fast, you don't have weapons, you gotta hide.
Well,
you're always on the
Soma
brink of
was
death.
another one that introduced a story-only mode, so you can set the monsters so they can't kill you.
Yeah, and that's
so you
on
can
Game
still have the
Pass, so there's no
scares.
reason for me not to be playing Soma at least.
Soma's such a great story. I think you'd love it. But
I
think
I'm
you
not
would.
promising nothing.
I genuinely think you would like Soma, but
I appreciate that.
It is on Game Pass as well. It's just been
I
added.
know. I just said that. I should play it. There's nothing keeping me except I don't want to.
You should play it, man. Just play it. Just play
Which
it.
makes no sense for me not to want
play
to.
it.
but-
Yeah, it's such a great game. And just set the monsters not to kill you. You'll be fine.
Anything else? About Evil Within
Not
2?
about the Evil Within 2. It's got zombies for some weird reason in this alternate
course,
reality
why
thing
not?
that move 28 days later super fast. So they're
Okay.
like super quick zombies.
Right.
And yeah, I think it's going to be fun. Running around in this open world and trying to get to. But I do feel like I'm getting big Dead Rising vibes, apart from not having loads of crazy weaponry, which I kind of like because I really like Dead Rising.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm gonna give it a little bit more time.
You do that.
Ginny.
Oh,
what
I
else
didn't
have you
see James Bevan asking the Duchess to beatbox. I'm sorry,
I
James.
know, it's too late now.
I
That was
totally
ages
missed
ago.
that. If she comes back, I will definitely have her beatbox.
Yeah, I think she'd already gone when he put that in the chart.
Well, yeah.
She'd already left the building.
She's like
Anyway,
that. She's got stuff to do. She's in
I
and
know
out.
she's fast. She's still sticking plastic on stuff. She'll have plastic.
Did you know that this game is made by Shinji Mikami?
Yes.
Of
No.
course
Well,
I
he
knew
made the
that.
first one as
Everyone
well,
knows
didn't he?
that. Who the hell is that?
So he made Resident Evil,
Okay.
Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
He's responsible for some stuff at Platinum Games, including Vanquish.
Oh. Oh wow. I like Vanquish.
So he's done.
So he did the
things.
second one, not the first one, then, huh?
Yes, I think he did the first one as well.
First one
I'm
was.
almost sure he did.
The first one's so messed up. Evil Within.
I don't know if he did the second one.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. Good information. Thank you.
Oh yeah, there's a whole list of games. Yeah, he did do the Evil Within 2. Ghostwire Tokyo is the sort of more recent thing he's been.
Yeah, that's got mixed reviews as well, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, he
It's
was the director of the original Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, he didn't do 4 like the best one.
and then he was a producer of 2. He was the director and the writer of Resident Evil 4.
Oh, there you go then. I take it back.
Killer 7, Vanquish.
He has done a lot of good games.
Shadow of the Damned. He was involved in Fallout 4. He was the Japanese voice of Takahashi.
Wow.
So it looks like he just did a voice in that. And then Evil Within 2. And then the last thing he's done is he was an executive producer on Evil Within 2. So he wasn't as involved on it. And then he's the executive producer on Ghostwire Tokyo. So he doesn't look like he's doing he's not on the front line. Let's put it that way.
No.
Dino Crisis as well, which is like a classic.
It is. He's done some good games. But
He's been
I don't know. I
involved.
quite like 2. It's not the best game I've ever played, but it is entertaining enough.
Yeah. Well, you love Resident Evil 4, and
I
he's
love Resident. I
responsible
love
for it.
a lot of the Resident Evil games. So I'm a big
Yeah.
RE fan, people.
Re
fan. Chinny, what else have you been playing?
I've been playing a game that at the moment has taken everybody by storm.
Okay.
What's
This
it called?
game is called Marvel Snap.
Oh, do you know? I nearly downloaded it. I looked at it. I've been hearing all this
What kind of
shit,
game
and I'm
is
like,
it?
should I download this?
This is a card battle game available
Hey,
on
stop.
your.
I'm out.
Well, goodbye.
Phone of choice.
On your mobile phone of choice. It is
Oof.
obviously it's the creator of Hearthstone doing his own thing, but with the Marvel license. So it's basically an absolute recipe to print money. They've done some really cool things with it, Duke. So let me bring you back, okay? Let me just bring you back. Just stay around for the conversation if you don't mind.
Okay.
When you say bring you back, is this a flashback?
No
Or are you just trying to
flashbacks.
keep me interested in the
Just
discussion
keep you
and not sit
interested.
around going,
So it's a card
okay, I'm not
battler
gonna grade
game.
papers.
So you've got a deck of cards and all that sort of stuff. And the thing about this one is there's 3 zones. You can see them on the screen now. There's like sort of 3 columns, right? And every time you play, each column has a different effect. So for example, one of the columns might be you can't I don't know, everything has a +2 power here.
Oh God, sorry, I
dead.
dozed off.
Right.
Hello. Yes,
So-
columns.
So
Great, great.
like this one's got a +2 power, or all your cards they cost like energy. In this column, every card costs 1 less energy, right? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you got your columns, and then the idea is to win 2 out of the 3 columns. And then you carry on. So there's no pay to win wall. You cannot pay to win, right?
So
you
how
just-
does it make cash? Because I'm assuming it's free
You
to
unlock
download.
You need
upgrades.
decks, right?
You
Like
unlock
packs of cards or
upgrades
something?
on your cards that you have,
Oh, I see.
right? So
You pay for that?
yeah, so it's kind of silly, but it's a clever way of doing it, right? The unlocks are you might have seen some of the cards already. So I'll see if I can get some on screen. So you can see like there's a card, there's the Punisher card, there's the Hulk, and then to upgrade it, it's simply just an aesthetic upgrade on the card.
Okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't make it any more powerful or
No,
change what it
I think
does.
I think it might tweak some.
Well,
of
you
the,
said you can't pay to win.
but maybe it doesn't. Then I don't know. I don't know.
Because
what
if
it is.
you're tweaking your card to make it more powerful or change the powers it's got, then you're obviously paying
No,
to
I don't
win.
think it does. Then I don't think because I've upgraded the Hulk multiple times and he hasn't changed.
All right, if I may, sorry, Chinny, Bart Simpson has something he needs to say to you.
Listen to yourself, man. You're hanging with nerds.
So
Like you sound
the
like
first upgrade
those
you can
kids who
do.
hangs around with Pokemon.
The first upgrade you can do is that it's called a frame break. So the graphic of the hero breaks the frame of the card, so it just looks like it's popping out. The second one is like 3D, and when you rotate your phone, it looks like it's 3D. And then I think the one after that is like a holographic one or something. So it's all aesthetic upgrades. You can change
Okay.
the back of the deck and all this sort of stuff. And that's basically it. It's basically a really, really simplified version of Hearthstone. Very simple, very quick, very addictive. It's only
So
6
are you
turns.
playing other people or are you playing the AI?
I think so. Honestly, one of the best things. Remember that game? Was it Clash Royale?
Yeah.
And Clash Royale, like, you knew you was playing other people because they used to taunt you and they used to like have a little emoji
Get
or
good, you suck.
yeah, that kind of stuff. I honestly can't tell if this is a real person.
You know, that's funny. I wonder if we
think it
could
is.
get a Turing test going with like people playing Rocket League. If they made bots in Rocket League who were like, "You suck, forfeit, like uninstall," and like people would like, "That's not a bot, man. I know it's a human. Like, fuck you."
There's
Like,
I think
that's
for
the
the
next level of
first
AI.
I think for the first 10 levels you're playing AI. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
because they let you win and then you conveniently lose when it's telling you why you lose
They
and all
want
that
you to
sort of
give
stuff.
'em money.
The training until the training wheels come
yeah.
off.
And then after level 10, I think you are off on your own. So I'm pretty sure that I'm playing real people, because they do things that I expect them to do. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm like they're definitely gonna play that now,
right?
And then they do. So it's just a very easy, addictive game with a lot of
Well, yeah,
that
it's
kind of
hitting that
stuff.
dopamine moment.
So like
Yeah.
loads of dopamine going in, and
Wait a minute, you said
We got it, Frank.
You said the Duchess wasn't going to do any beatboxing.
That was Ginny, actually. It sounds like the Duchess.
I thought it was a Duchess. Sorry.
Sounds like him.
Upgrade. You know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Loads of that, which is great. Because I got to get that hit, you know.
Yeah.
It's good. No, honestly, it's really, really. Tara watched me play this game and was like, "Get a fucking life."
So let me ask you this, Ginny, right?
Yeah.
You're
If I
hanging with
download
nerds.
this game, can I play you?
I don't think so.
So there's not
Maybe
like
somewhere.
a multiplayer portion of the game? Where you can
I
play
think
your
it's
friends?
all. No, I don't
That
think
was
they.
the fun of Hearthstone, wasn't it? It was playing each other.
No.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so according to dotesports.com, right now you can't play Marvel Snap directly with friends, though nothing stops you from sharing the screen with buddies to share the gameplay experience.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
is
no,
that-
the answer is no.
There it is.
Okay.
There you can see it on my thing.
I will
Oh,
download
you're doing
it.
what they said.
I'll download it and give it a go.
Yeah. Not me.
You know, there's like daily missions and all that sort of shit, and like when you move in the cards, they have like little graphics, and it's all super, super, super polished.
Yeah, of course. They don't put the Marvel name on things that are crap.
Yeah,
No, they
very,
don't.
very
They,
good.
you know, they don't sell out to just anyone.
So, I think this is good. I think this is really good.
Okay.
I honestly, it's just like I don't really like mobile phone games because I don't like games. Hold on. Let me rephrase it, Duke. Right.
No. I'm not laughing at you actually this time.
I don't like games that are trying to be like AA, AAA games on a mobile phone.
Yeah.
I like games on a phone that are designed for the phone.
Yeah, that worked best on a
course.
mobile.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
work
right.
on a
'Cause
phone.
I think
'cause it's
I
made
think
for the
Doors Paradox would work fine on a mobile phone. You
Sure.
can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
That's fine.
Because
Whereas,
that's
like,
how the room started on a mobile device.
This is like a game on the phone. This is made for the phone. You can play it on
Yeah.
the PC. I'm sure. I think this guy on the
Yep.
stream is playing it on the PC now, or you can download it, whatever. But it's just I've got 5 minutes. I've got to wait for this thing, or I'm woke up and I just want to play that game or something.
Yeah. So I made that crack about Marvel only putting there because I've only ever seen good Marvel stuff. Generally speaking, their movies are great. But I had to do a search for the stupidest Marvel products ever, and there's some great stuff here. Ranker.com.
absolutely.
I don't want to cut you off if you're.
No,
still talking about the
I'm
game.
pretty much done.
Reusable Avengers chicken bucket.
Nice.
So the reusable bucket.
Why
what the
not?
fuck? Who's gonna reuse that? The Thor dumbbell alarm clock. It's an alarm clock in the shape of a dumbbell, and it says
Nice.
Thor on it. Like, why even put Thor on?
Yeah.
it?
Why wouldn't it be his hammer?
The wearable Avengers sleeping bag. Now that doesn't seem so bad actually.
That's
It's like you look stupid, but I mean whatever. I don't know. Avengers cologne.
What does
Yeah.
that even smell of?
There's one Mark 7, which is I can't tell. I guess maybe it's too small. Smash is obviously the Hulk. Patriot is Captain America. Worthy is Storm, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, stupid. And the Captain America toaster. It puts the little logo from the shield on your toast.
Nice. I want one of those. What are you talking about? That's not
Ridiculous.
stupid at all.
Yeah. So anyway,
Why can't I have
that's
one of
some
them?
dumb Marvel products.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So Marvel Snap gets my approval. I like it.
I will give
I
it a
will look
go.
forward
Play
to
it.
playing it until
Just
they
play it,
like
people.
they ruin it like they did Hearthstone. So
I am gonna.
Sorry,
just
I'm not hip
play
to
it.
that. How did they ruin Hearthstone?
I don't know. I am also
I've
not
not
hip to
played
it.
it in
I
years.
just stopped playing it.
Maybe you just stopped playing it.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
stopped playing it.
Yeah.
We just
I mean, they do
didn't
tend
play
to ruin
it.
these games, but
Didn't play it. Duke,
play it.
what else have you got?
All right, so those who have listened to the show for a while know that every once in a while I get on this kick where I just have to play a certain type of game. Sometimes it's space games, and I go playing whatever space games are good now. Sometimes it's strategy, and I get deep into Civ again or whatever it is. Europa Universalis will probably be a game I play the next time I get on a strategy kick. This past week, for some reason, I was like, MMOs.
Why
I've been
not?
playing Guild Wars 2, and it just, I don't know. The thing that bugs me, Guild Wars 2 would be a perfect game. And I just bought some content in Guild Wars 2, so it's ridiculous that I'm not playing that. The problem is that Guild Wars 2 doesn't have quests. And you know me, I'm the type of person who just loves having quests. There's something in my brain about needing to check off something on the quest list. Like, I want to be told where to go. I want a huge open world and I get to choose wherever I'm going to go on it, but I want someone to say, I need you to go here to do this thing.
Go and kill these
Even if
10
it's
rats 50
Yeah, exactly.
times.
I don't mind that. And the weird thing is that Guild Wars 2 sort of has quests in the form of these hearts on the map, and you go there and there's a person who's like, okay, in this area, I need you to do these 3 activities or whatever. So you're basically killing 10 rats. But it's not like here's a quest. You don't have things in your quest log. You just, when you show up in that area, the heart appears and then you have to fill it up by doing those. So for some reason that just bugs the crap out of me, and I want an MMO that has quests. So the reason I think I'm people also know I'm highly suggestible. So
Well, apart from when we asked you to play something, didn't you? Like, I'm not playing that.
not suggestible for you. Although I did play The Evil Within.
You did. That is
played
true.
the wrong one.
Because that's your job.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, Adventure Quest 3D, I think I think it just got ported to Steam or something. This
Remember
was the one
when
that
like
got me
games
going.
first came out in 3D? This is like when they used to name them like Mario 3D. It's like why is it called 3D?
It looks like it because this game is shit. I wrote amusing if nothing else. Controls are a nightmare, and then I just wrote real big no. Just no.
That's it. No.
Yeah. So anyway, it's crap. And the one thing it has is like Elvira is in the game for no reason other than like what you said about the lady who is the host of the puzzle game. Like she's got bazungas and it's like boys will go, hey, Elvira, all right. And apparently I just learned this recently. Elvira apparently was like a ripoff of some other woman who was doing the Dark Lady of the Evening sexy vampire type thing on TV or radio or something. And then Elvira came along and just stole her whole shtick. So that makes me not like Elvira as much. Not that I ever really liked Elvira, but whatever. So Adventure Quest 3D, garbage.
That's a no.
Yeah. So then I started looking like, okay, Google, what are the best MMOs in 2022? And they start right in with Guild Wars 2, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. These games I've played, Neverwinter, and I'm like, I've already played those, and I still have them installed. I should keep playing them because, as I say, I gave money to Guild Wars recently. But one of the ones that came up was Bless Unleashed. So I'm like, okay, let's take a look at this. Let's see what it's about. Apparently, Bless Unleashed is a Korean MMO. They're making a lot of MMOs lately. Korea and China apparently are like leading the pack.
They love it.
They're doing good work. America's not turning out great MMOs. What was the last one we had? Lost Ark.
This looks pretty polished.
Well, it's very polished. And
Blessed
let me pause
Unleashed.
for a second also to say that the reason that I'm so frustrated by all of this, of course, is that what I want to play is an RPG, but we're not getting RPGs anymore. Like all the creative energy that used to go into RPGs is now going into MMOs.
Yes.
Which is fine so far as it goes, but the MMO is a different kind of game. Because first of all, they're all action RPGs, which is fine. I don't mind a good action RPG. I like.
What about
Diablo.
Starfield? It's coming soon, Duke.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about like your classic Proto-European sword and sorcery RPGs.
Yeah, there's not been one of those for a
There
long
really hasn't.
time.
I mean, the last great one was The Witcher 3, I think. So, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's fine. It's just that,
There's a load of Witcher games coming eventually, though.
Yeah, well, that's what we heard last week. The point, however, is that, an MMO is a different kind of game. And as I've said, my beef with MMOs is, there's this giant squid attacking the harbor. I'll fight it. And you go and you kill the giant squid. And you're like, yes, I killed the giant squid. Your village is safe. And then 3 seconds later, help, the giant squid is killing people in the harbor. You're like, motherfucker.
It's
whatever.
it's not a real world, is it? It's just like a kind of
Right, exactly. You don't ever feel like you're actually making things better for the people involved. In Skyrim, I know that I've solved the problem with that tower with the dreams, and now that village, they're sleeping okay. And I start the game over, it's back again, but whatever. It's an artificial problem in my mind, but it's still there. So, okay, so Bless Unleashed. It's good. It's the combat system has a slight delay to it, so I'm used to Guild Wars 2 being just pop, pop, pop every moment you do it. Okay, there's a little bit of a delay in Bless Unleashed, but I was having a lot of fun with it. There's combo attacks, and you know, the problem with most MMOs that have, you know, up till now been made, and this is included in some of the ones I'm going to talk about, is that, you know, the combat is very rudimentary. So, you know, RuneScape had a certain form of combat that a lot of MMOs just copied. So they weren't really reactive. They weren't fun. It was just start combat with this button, and then occasionally you can do special moves or whatever. And so I think Korean MMOs have done a good job of raising the bar and making the West have to catch up in terms of especially the combat in an MMO. So the problem, so what's the problem, Duke? Just play Bless Unleashed then. Well, here's the problem. For some reason, the company, and this came out like a year ago maybe, the company is pulling the plug on the servers. There's a post on their website that's like, unfortunately, we are ending this, we're closing the servers at November 30th, 2022. And I'm like, God damn, why didn't I find this game before? So, I mean, I could play it for a month.
Yeah,
but
give it
I'm
again.
just like, no, I don't want to do that.
You don't want to
because
invest
I'm
that
fall in love with
time.
it. Well, and and then I'm gonna be like, I really like it. Don't go. So I don't get it. I don't understand how it could. I mean, I guess it's not making money, but I don't know. It just seems weird that they would put all this time and effort into a game and then say, we're not gonna
Shut it down.
Yeah, it's like when there a Batgirl movie like that or something.
Yeah, but the Batwoman movie got filmed.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just so weird to me when they do that. But anyway,
Crazy.
Okay, so that's Bless Unleashed. I'm just gonna burn through all of these, Stu. I hope that's okay, just so I can get
Yeah, keep on going.
Stupid MMO rants. So then I'm, looking. Okay, what else is on the top of the list? Albion Online is recommended on several best of MMO lists. So I was like, all right, I'll give that a try. And I'm downloading like all of these, so I have like 10 MMOs installed right now. And so Albion Online is. Oh God, it bills itself as a sandbox, which I didn't realize until I started playing it. Because again, that's what Guild Wars 2 is. It's a sandbox. You can explore. You can do whatever you want. You can craft. You can do. I'm like, crap. So I get into Albion Online a little bit. I'm like, kind of having fun with it. The combat is very rudimentary in Albion Online. Again, it's very cartoonish, but it's like apparently there's like a few quests during the tutorial bit, and then it's like, okay, now do whatever you want. And I'm just like, no, don't let me do whatever I want. Like, tell me what to do. Give me some direction. And when you play
Albion Online looks very busy.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was about to say, is that the game is just full of other people.
Yeah, because that what was it? Banished Unleashed, that last one. Or what was it called?
Bless Unleashed. Yeah.
Bless Unleashed. That one.
Yeah.
That one looked good. Like that looked like an RPG with some MMO stuff on it.
Right. And it's like, I don't know how you would interact with other people in that game, but I don't know how you really interact with other people in this game either, to be honest.
Oh my God. It's just hundreds of people in the same lobby.
Right. And here's the thing. Look, I'm waiting. What we really need is an MMO that has some reason for you to interact with other people. Because, as I've said, Guild Wars 2 does this thing where they have these little sort of mini events that just show up. And if you have other people near you, and one of these is like a little devil head on the screen in the mini map, if that shows up, okay, there's probably people fighting this mini boss monster. Let's all team up on it, and you fight, and then you win. You're like, yeah! And then everyone goes their own way. I'm waiting for a game where it's like, I can make something that other people might want. You know what I mean? Or like, you want me to go get something from this part of the map, I'll go get it for you while you're doing this other thing. Like, there needs to be some game that allows, like in Minecraft, right? When we have a server, like someone might go mining iron, and then that person's the iron person, and then this person's going to be the one who gets the sand for us to make glass or whatever.
Yeah, stick it all in a box.
Right. I think this game is, the MMOs are maybe on the cusp of that, but we're really not there yet. So, Albion Online is cute so far as it goes. There is a lot of depth to the gameplay. Like, there's this, I don't know if they're going to show it on this video at any point, but, there's this, like, when you level up, like, there's this screen that's just full of things you can unlock in terms of getting more resources when you chop trees down and stuff like that. And there is a lot of crafting. There's fishing. You can make armor. You can do this. You could do that. So I don't know. I'll probably keep with it just to see if it's fun. But like you said, it's so busy and it's so like.
I'm just looking at this. It's like, where's Wally?
Right.
It's
Do you know
mad.
what I mean? It's like I wouldn't know where my player was in all this stuff.
And again,
like,
there's no
what the
reason for it.
fuck?
Like I don't see what the value is.
It's like
in
let's
this.
just have the most crowded hub in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just
So,
I've never seen anything quite like that. I really haven't.
yeah. I mean, and that's kind of like what RuneScape was back in the day. I actually wrote it's sort of like a more modern RuneScape. I think they were basically just following the blueprint of RuneScape, which people love because it's a sandbox. They love it because it's so wide open. But again, like that's not why I'm there, and it is overwhelming as well. Hey, Jacinta just said I'm doing exactly this. I started downloading Bless before work. I did try Final Fantasy 14 one time. I just couldn't get into it. It just felt weird to me. It wasn't my thing, but I appreciate that. Steven says Albion Online is my go-to game. Tell us why you like it. Jacinta says I want to like Albion, but I don't know how to start feeling comfortable. So anyway, thank you for that.
It's just a
feedback, y'all.
weird-looking game. It just looks weird to me.
Yeah, I mean,
Having
but that's
all
the
those
thing. Once you start playing it, like because when you get away from the people, and when you go, okay, so one of the first quests is you got to get this certain kind of wood, and then you kill foxes in order to get leather, and then you use the wood and the leather, and you make yourself a shield and whatever. And that when you get to doing that, like it's kind of cute, it's kind of fun. It's sort of like a isometric Minecraft or something. Like you're crafting, you're killing things, but with real monsters and quests. So I don't know. I'm going to keep going with Albion Online a little bit here and there, but I don't think it's going to become my go-to game. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll really fall in love with it.
You never know.
And then finally, the other one that kept coming up was Black Desert Online.
Yeah, I've seen this
And-
before. This is like a
Well,
shooter,
I've-
isn't it?
I've played it before. It's not a shooter.
Is it not? Oh no, it isn't.
no.
I'm getting mixed up.
It's not. But I played it in 2017, and in fact, when I went to, because I was like, I think I played this. I went looking up. I wrote a review on it, and the review is, this game is the screenshots are bullshit. If you watch a
You
Let's
wrote that.
Play,
Did you write that?
I wrote this.
Yeah.
It said the screenshots are bullshit. If you watch a Let's Play, you'll see that there's like crap all over the screen. The UI is hideous. And then I read so I'm like, wow, maybe I shouldn't reinstall this. But I'm like, okay, it's been 5 years. Let's give it a chance. And someone wrote an article that I found that said, okay, this had a major graphic overhaul in 2018. And I
Okay.
wrote my review in 2017. So it had
Oh,
an
so
overhaul.
it should be massively improved.
It actually is. I was very happy. I was intrigued by all the ways they cleaned it up, and they let you customize the UI, every part of it. Like you can
Oh,
turn off lots of
nice.
parts, which is very nice. So it's a lot more fun to play now. The main thing that's weird about it is that every 5 seconds you're finishing a mission. In a lot of games, including The Witcher, it's like, okay, here's the quest, and then, you might finish one part of it, but then it's like, okay, here's the next part of the quest, and that'll take you 5 minutes. In this, like 30 seconds, like go talk to that guy, and it's like, you finish the, go talk to that guy, and then you talk to him, and it's and he's like, okay, here, take these 3 scraps of wood and bring them to the, the guy running the forge, and you go to the guy at the forge, here's 3 scraps of wood. And then the guy at the forge is like, all right, I nailed them together. Bring them back to the guy who gave it to you. And you get him back to the guy who gave it to you.
I've got a mission. I've got a mission for you. I've got a mission for you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
blink 3 times. Blink 3 times in the game.
1,
blink.
2, 3.
Nice.
Hey, all right, how about that? So it's a little bit like that.
Take
It's
a
little
shit.
bit ridiculous. Right. Hey,
Why
I took
does
a
it? Can I just ask?
Yeah.
Why does the character on the screen look like Geralt?
Well, that's probably because the person who made this is trying to be Geralt. with
Yeah,
his
so you
character.
can make whatever. So there's like a big
yeah.
custom
That's
character
a
creator.
that's a standard thing in a lot of MMOs is that like you have a lot of options for customizing. In fact, because Black Desert Online is another, I think it's a South Korean MMO. And can we just say, oh, South Korea, man, I'm feeling so bad for them with their Halloween.
I know it's horrendous, isn't
crushing.
it?
Oh, and by the way, I've been meaning to give y'all stick. Y'all got a new prime minister yet this week?
Yeah, we do. We've got another one. They just keep
What the
wheeling
fuck,
them in and
man?
wheeling them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Unfortunately,
Rishi.
England has reacted with a lot of enlightened responses for their first ever person of color as prime minister. Just like people in the U.S. showed a lot of enlightenment and compassion when we had our first African American president.
Yeah. No, we're like
Yeah.
that. We're nice like that.
Yeah, sure.
Here we are.
right.
We've got Dishy Rishi, man. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, why not? I mean, because he's a billionaire plutocrat oligarch. Anyway, general
It
election.
did.
right?
It's
That's what
totally
y'all
true,
need.
by the way. Can we just
Yeah.
say?
Sure. Anyway, so Black Desert Online, yeah, like it's good. It's an MMO. So eventually I decided, you know what? Fuck all this. I want to play a game that, an actual RPG. So I reinstalled Kingdoms of Amalur.
Oh
Oh my god, that's so old now.
It is, but it
Wow.
ticks all the boxes,
Do you know, I've
and
never
it's
played
like-
it. I have never played Kingdoms
It's
of Amalur.
still a good game. Like, I'm having fun with it. And
Maybe
it
I
does
should
the thing
play
of like,
it.
I remember I
finished
played
this
I
quest
played
that-
the demo for Kingdoms of Amalur, and I was impressed. I remember going, that
it's a
was
good game.
good.
Yeah.
So I feel like I should play it.
But have you played
And
it, Chinny? Have you ever
here-
played the full game?
No, I
You
played
just
the
played the
demo. As I say, I played
No,
the
that's what I
demo.
mean. Why have we never played this game when it's
Well,
meant
there
to
you
be
go.
good?
This is the one we should all play for next week then. But here's the thing. Here's the other thing. The big thing that, and this is a big complaint I have about BDO, Black Desert Online, is that they just keep shoveling stuff into your inventory. Here's this. Here are these 17 daggers. Here's all this wood. Here are these charms you took off of these baddies. Here's this thing you can exchange in the Halloween event. Here's this thing you can do in the second season event. Here's this kind of currency. Here's that kind of currency. Here's this special sparkle thing. I'm just like, fuck off. I don't want all this stuff.
I don't
So
know.
Kingdoms of
I'd like a
Amalur, it's
special
like, here's
sparkle
gold
thing.
pieces, and then here's like a sword, and then here's a better sword.
I like sparkly things. Can I have one?
Hey, more power to you. Maybe you'd really like Black Desert Online.
Yeah,
I
maybe
just
I
find
will.
myself.
I think that's
I
sparkle.
mean, it's not a problem. You have lots of inventory space, but it's just like I don't know what I'm supposed to do with all this stuff. It seems like it might be valuable, but value is determined by actual thing.
Yeah,
you can
is
do with
it though? Is it?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's not to me. It's
There's
not.
only one thing valuable in this world, Duke, and you should know. It's God's currency. Gold.
Yeah, well.
Gold, man. That's the only thing that's
Steven
valuable.
said Albion's a single server game. I enjoy collecting and crafting, dungeon crawling. See, I haven't really done much of that, so maybe I should keep going. Jacinta said I really want to like BDO. Yeah. So anyway, that's my MMO quest that ended up with me just starting up an old game again. I'm surprised I didn't go back to Skyrim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you
It's about
should
time
have.
for me to start another playthrough, I suppose. But
Well, I have only got one more game to talk about, which is yet again another horror game because it is Halloween after all.
It is spooky.
And on sale, like Steam had a sale of horror games because it's
They're still having it.
Halloween. Yeah, having a Halloween sale.
That's right.
I picked up Silent Hill Homecoming
Oh yeah.
Okay.
for £1.79, and I thought, you know
Dude,
what?
So cheap.
It's less than a cup of coffee.
Yeah, it
Why
is.
not give it
Go
a go?
for it.
Works.
not?
I tell you what, it works. Apparently, it runs better on the Steam Deck than on a standard gaming PC with a fuck off graphics card in.
Well, if you have a bad graphics card, of course not.
No, on literally any. It runs terrible on literally every PC setup. But for
That sounds
whatever
very
reason,
sketchy.
no, it's
I
true.
don't know
It's
if I
totally
believe
true.
that.
If you look
Why
at the
though?
reviews,
Why though?
wow,
Yeah,
it's
really.
because the Steam Deck does this pre-caching thing. So it pre-caches a lot of the stuff you're seeing on screen so that it doesn't get stutters. And one of the biggest complaints about this game on normal PCs is that it stutters a lot. It's just not very well optimized.
It
for
looks
PC.
awful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, this is early 360 era. This is sort of, I think it was a 2012,
remember it.
2013.
I think this is 2010. Off the top of
2010.
my head,
It's
I think
quite
this is
a long
2010.
time ago.
Let me have a
But
look.
There aren't any other Silent Hill games on Steam. So do you know what? I was like, why
Oh,
not?
2008.
Do you
2008.
really? It's as long as ago as that. I knew it was an old game, but
14 years ago.
I'm actually quite impressed.
This
It works well.
game is as old as this show.
It is. It is. But it's the only one on Steam. So
I don't
what are
know
you
which
gonna
one
do?
is
There's not a lot of
sadder.
choice. There's not a lot of choice. Silent Hill 2 Remake is coming to Steam, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it runs perfectly. Well, it should do because it's a fucking old game. And I'm actually quite intrigued as to what's going on. Again, it's a very similar story. There's a weird kid. So there's a weird kid that you assume is your son. And you've got to kind of find out what's happened to him. And so there's a lot of these type of puzzles where he's locked behind a gate and he's like, you need to go and get the key to open the gate or whatever, or the code. And then when you do, he does a runner, obs. So you never quite get to him. Every time you see the kid and you think you're just about to grab hold of him by the scruff of the neck, he does a runner again and you never quite.
Oh, what is he like?
I
Get
know.
back here, you punk.
God.
The little bastard.
I like old Silent Hill games. So it starts off in this weird mansion thing with weird nurses.
Yeah.
And you fight them and stuff. And then you wake up in a car or a truck or something, getting a lift off someone and going into this weird town that's got lots of fog. Not sure why all these games have fog everywhere.
Well, Silent
lots of
Hill's just
fog.
known for its fog. It was the fog was
Well,
because
no.
you know they
Back in
couldn't
the day,
include
you didn't
it.
have the
I'm
ability
joking,
to
I'm
render a lot
joking.
of stuff, so it would make
Exactly.
You know, and then the things were the things.
Then it became the thing. So lots of fog, and there's not many people there, and the people who are there is very Twin Peaksy weird. Do you know
Right.
what I mean? They've got that weird like, what
Yeah.
are you doing here?
Ah,
You shouldn't be
you're here for the umbrella.
Yes. Just say random weird
Just
stuff for no
Take
reason.
it on the way out.
Yeah. It's just weird. And obviously you fall like he has just, and you fall from one place and end up in somewhere completely different.
I'm gonna give you the chance to play my new game show, Stu.
Okay.
It's good developer, bad developer. Good dev, bad
Okay.
dev.
Yeah. Okay. I like it.
Now, do you think that this developer went on to make good games
Ooh.
or bad games?
Ooh.
Do you think this developer of the game Silent Hill Homecoming of
Made something
2008
good.
made something good after this was released?
I'm
Now,
gonna
this is
go-
subjective, but
I'm going to say yes.
okay, let me give you the option. In 2009, they came out with a game called G.I. Joe Rise of the Cobra.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
New. Front Mission Evolved.
Oh, is that the mech game?
Sure.
I think
Uh,
that's got mechs in it. That's meant to be quite
Now,
good.
hang on. You don't know that the G.I. Joe game sucks.
Yeah,
You're
you
just
don't know.
assuming that.
Might be good.
I assume. I think I'm
Probably
correct.
does suck.
The Green Lantern: Rise of the Manhunters.
Yeah, that definitely. I've never even heard of that.
I love the title Rise of the Manhunters. Like it's great.
He's a
Love it.
manhunter.
Battleship, which is based on the movie Battleship.
No.
Which is
Yeah.
based on the board game Battleship.
Yes. Killer Instinct Season 1.
That's meant to be pretty good, isn't it?
I think it's debatable. And then Strider.
Oh, Strider. What is that on? I've heard.
Strider.
Oh, that's in VR, isn't it?
Strider is a game. No, it's on the PlayStation 3, 4,
Is it?
Xbox.
I thought that was the thing I played in VR. Huh.
So basically, I think the conclusion is bad.
Yeah, they're a bit shit.
So the company, Double Helix was the name
Right.
of the developer, and they were founded in 2007. So just this was their first game,
Right.
and their last game
They
was UFO Love Cows, whatever that is.
Oh my
they
God.
peaked with this Silent Hill game, apparently.
Do you know what's amazing, though?
Hang on a second. Speaking about the Battleship game, PlayStation Official Magazine UK said, it isn't even the sketchy gameplay that sinks this Battleship. It's the abhorrently commercial objective apparent in every second of rushed gameplay.
No.
Go ahead.
They defunct in 2014, 8 years ago, and their fate is they merged into Amazon Game Studios.
Oof.
So
All right.
that's
Wow.
where they. That's where
I've got a quiz for you two guys. I've got a
Oh,
quiz.
A quiz.
okay.
So similar, Silent Hill related. So my favorite Silent Hill game, which is Silent Hill Shattered Memories. Do
Yes.
you know who wrote that game? And then went on to
George
make
R. R.
some,
Martin.
no, went on to make some very acclaimed video games.
Was it Jonathan Blower or whatever his
No.
name is?
No,
Was it Tom Bissell?
no,
Was it
Who?
Dave?
no, it wasn't
Fred?
Dave. No.
Bob?
Can I just
Tyrone?
say, he made, which is a very rare event for us three, he made a game that all three of us equally liked.
That doesn't happen very often. You'd think I'd be able to remember. I don't
Yeah.
know what. Tell us.
Sam Barlow,
Who's that?
Her Story.
What did he make? Oh,
made
Her
Her
Story.
Story.
Okay.
So there you go. He went on to
Sure.
make Her Story, and obviously all of those kinds of Telling Lies.
10
Yeah, how
lies.
about that?
Tell me sweet little lies.
I mean, I wouldn't go mad because I only liked her story. So,
We never played the other ones.
and that was
Yeah.
hanging by a thread. To be fair,
Yeah, but you haven't played Immortality
I
yet,
liked
which is a fucking awesome.
That's true. I haven't, and it looks so complicated. I don't know if I ever.
It's
will.
not complicated at all. It's
It
very
looks
simple.
complicated. It might be, but it looks.
I was going to
It's-
play that with Tara.
You should do. You should definitely do
You
it.
should do. Play it. Just play it.
Yeah, Tara would love it, I reckon.
I don't know.
I do think she
I
would.
don't think
I
you
think she would.
realise how short her patience is.
Yeah, but you don't have to have a long term.
Well, she's got some patience if she hadn't left you yet.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
She
patience
must be
and then
super patient.
there's just
Yeah.
pure charm.
Is she just a sadomasochist?
She is very
or
charming. I'll
just a
agree with you on
masochist?
that.
I guess?
Hey-oh!
Sam Barlow. But yeah, play Immortality. Actually, you should do that and see what she thinks. Give us some feedback.
Well, I was going to, but now I don't want to.
Oh, you're doing the Duke now.
Yeah. No, I will. I will at some point. Yeah, but
You know what? Silent Hill Homecoming, it were £1 and a bit.
no fucking wonder.
It's fine.
It looks
It
like
seemed
it was
alright.
a quid. Looks like you
It-
found
it
it on the
feels-
floor. This game.
Feels like £1 because some of the voice acting is truly atrocious. So I didn't mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah, awful. Terribly.
Is this the one
terribly
that's the master of unlocking?
No, it's not quite that bad. That's the original Resident Evil.
Oh, right.
The Master of Unlocking.
All right, so that's it for the games we've been playing this
That's
week.
it for the games. So time
Yeah.
for some news.
Chunky,
We
chunky,
have got some
chunky.
super quick news. Super quick news.
Okay.
News.
Putting news first.
Maybe.
So yeah, big news this week is Witcher is getting remade. Have you heard about this?
The original one?
The TV
The
show.
very
or the...
no, the very original
They're doing like a
Witcher
fourth
game
season.
Oh, right.
is being remade by
Okay.
CD Projekt Red.
I mean, why not? They need something
And-
after Cyberpunk, so sure. go
yeah,
for
and
it.
some other company is doing it
I mean,
with them.
it is possible that they'll cock this up the way they cocked up Cyberpunk, which I
Now-
understand is actually a very good game now, but you know,
This
they had
is
a
being
horrible
made
launch.
in Unreal Engine 5, so they're doing a full-on modern evil, Resident Evil type full-on remake of the game.
Oh yeah, it's for real.
It is. So I don't know what to think about this because I've played the original Witcher game and I didn't like it that much at all. It's a funny looking game. It looks very basic.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was made at a time when they didn't have a lot of technology.
No,
You could tell their
and-
ambitions were up there, and I remember the stories being really good in the first Witcher game. I mean, I didn't play too much of it, but I remember I wrote a piece, I think, on our website back when we used to do that about the intriguing moral complexity of the first Witcher game stories.
But here's the thing. I think these are the sorts of games that should be remade, like your Silent Hill 2s, your Witcher games that were at the time technically not great. That
Basically,
can be
anything
truly
from
benefit.
anything from 2000 to 2006
Yeah,
As long as it has good story.
should be
Yeah.
remade.
yeah, definitely.
Ah.
Not The Last of Us, which looked pretty amazing on the
Yeah.
Yeah,
one
it's
they
not
did.
been long enough. How
It
can I
looked
miss you if
great.
you don't go away?
Anything from 1996 to 2006, in that 10-year gap, anything that was 3D
Yeah.
should just get remade.
Yeah,
Right.
Let's just do that. Because
Yeah, I
GoldenEye's
think-
getting remade, 007. That's
Yeah.
been done.
When are they going to do Quantum of
Yeah,
Solace? That's
oh,
what I
you
wanna
not
know.
heard?
That was
That's the next bit of
2008, so
news.
that's out.
No, that's the next bit of news, Stu.
Is it really? No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Oh man, you got me googling.
Okay.
I mean, you look at The Witcher 1 now, and it looks like they've all been battered to death.
Yeah, they do. It isn't great.
Well, in some cases they have. Like,
Yeah.
It'll definitely benefit from a remake.
Yeah, I would play a
100%.
remake. I would play a Unreal 5 version of The Witcher 1. I would do that.
I mean,
yeah.
let's be honest, right? They're fully forgiven now. Everything's fine. It doesn't matter what they did with Cyberpunk. Let's get this out.
it makes me
decent.
not want to trust. It makes me not trust them.
Yeah,
I
be
still haven't
fine.
played Cyberpunk.
Be fine. Was you aware? Were you aware?
Was you
that
aware?
there's- Were you aware?
Was
that
you,
there's a-
was you
a
bloody
new-
aware?
A
Starting
new
a
Dragon
argument
Age
in court.
game was.
Did
coming.
you know there was a
Yeah,
bloody
I heard about that.
Dragon
I'm
Age
like, I
game
don't know.
coming out?
And Quiggy Gwig was so.
I
I
loved
don't know. It
Quiggy
was
Gwig.
so
Duke,
kinda
was you aware?
jumbled.
Yeah,
it
Duke, was
it
you
had the same
aware?
problem that Mass Effect Andromeda had. It's like, what is the soul of this game?
Oh, I liked it. I liked it in Quiggy Gwig.
That's fine. Did you feel like it had a soul?
Yeah, I played it all. I played a load of
I
it.
got
I
a
finished
soul.
it.
I didn't ask if you
everything.
played it all. I asked if you thought it had a.
I don't know. It's a long time ago since I played this game, and it was good.
All I'm saying is, I felt like in Quiggy Gwig was really lacking something heartfelt that we had in Dragon Age 1 and even in Dragon Age 2.
So this one's called Dragon Age Dreadwolf. I didn't even know the
Yeah.
name of it until today. But anyway, it's fully playable to the very end of the game, although it's not ready to ship yet, obviously, because I think it's coming out sometime next year. But it's fully playable from beginning to end. So that's good news, I guess.
I guess.
Sure.
Callisto Protocol director takes responsibility for crunching staff.
Takes
I don't know whether-
responsibility, as in pays for vacation for everyone? No.
Well,
Just
this is
says
this,
I take responsibility.
I don't know whether you remember this. So basically, this all originates from a tweet in September.
Okay.
Where he said on Twitter he was proud of his team working 6 to 7 days a week and after hours in order to finish a Callisto Protocol, right? So he put this
Don't
tweet
ask
out
your
like it was a
employees
positive
to-
thing, like
Yeah.
going, "Oh, I'm proud of the team, man. They're all fucking working the fingers to the bone, getting this game done. Well done,
Fuck you, pay me.
Exactly. He then deleted the tweet and now he's accepted responsibility and said, we'll never do it again. And, you know, we're never going to have this sort of crunch again in a game because it's not right for the people to have to do that stuff. But it is funny that at the time he thought, when he first tweeted it, he thought it was totally acceptable. And in his head, he was praising the dedication of the team. Which I kind of get if it was voluntarily, you know, if they were going, look, mate,
Well,
I
even
don't
if
mind,
it's not
you pay me
voluntary,
the cash.
right? That's the thing is, I think that this is the impulse was positive because you know it is asking a lot of your employees, and he should be showing his appreciation. The problem is that the management mindset does not say this is an extraordinarily difficult thing I'm asking of my employees. I need to provide them with something extraordinary to actually show my gratitude. No, the idea is if I give them a pizza party, then that'll make up for it.
Yeah.
No,
I
fucking
think-
fly them to Tahiti for
I
a
think
week or something.
if he was paying them suitable overtime and they were voluntarily happy to do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, everyone's
and get
happily
it
going to
done.
work 7-day weeks.
That's fine, but if that isn't the case, then that's not cool.
No, and it's not the
That's
case.
not
Nobody's
cool.
going to work 7 days a week.
I think the important thing to consider here is that the game looks good, and I don't care how hard they worked. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
they need to work hard to make it look that good.
I think they all should work harder to make it.
Uh,
The game does look good, though.
Get it done fast.
So Mark Zuckerberg is kind of crying a little bit this week.
Oh, good. Is Meta
because
going away?
Meta is losing billions on the
Of
metaverse.
course it is. It's
and
the stupidest idea ever.
and it's not getting any better.
What's to get better? It's the fucking Second Life, but VR. Like, hello, two terrible things that don't need to be going together. Let's blend them, and we'll just be able to
No,
advertise
but here's
enough.
the problem, right? Here's the problem I have with. I've never even looked. I can download this
Problem is
Horizon
it's
shit.
VR plus Second Life.
I
both of
really
which are
don't give a
boring.
shit. But
Yes.
here's the interesting thing with this.
Yes.
Okay, have you read? Have we all read Ready Player One or seen the movie?
No.
Yeah, I saw the movie.
You saw the movie, read the book, whatever.
Yeah.
No.
In Ready Player One,
No.
right?
Am I muted? No.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter.
We
There's
know
no
you
point
didn't, but
asking
it's
you.
okay. It's a rhetorical question. You don't even need to know about it.
Yeah, no, it's rhetorical. I wasn't
ahead.
expecting an answer. So, anyway, right? In the movie and the book, the places you can go within Ready Player One in the VR world are these fantastical places, like these cool nightclub settings where everyone's
Like
floating. and
Wolverhampton.
Crazy shit. You know what I mean? You can
That's where
almost
half of
build...
Ready Player One takes place. Jim, is
Yeah.
in Wolverhampton.
Actually,
can
some of
build
it
your
was
own-
some of it was filmed in Birmingham. Actually,
Okay.
Really?
funny enough.
You can not.
The shithole
You can-
parts, you know, when they have like a shithole
Oh,
street. No, I'm not.
God.
I'm not. This isn't a joke. Steven Spielberg was in Birmingham one of the shittest areas in Birmingham, just so he could get like this kind of like shithole futuristic look. And
Well,
he was
that's
like-
possibly true. Who knows?
That,
anyway.
that is 100% true.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. But right, in Ready Player One, these people live in this shithole world that you just mentioned,
Yeah.
and they use the VR thing as an escape to go to these fantastical places that they can either build themselves or someone else has created, and they're fucking cool. Right, that's the
Right.
whole point. They're cool.
Yes.
What Mark Zuckerberg and Reality Labs have done is create virtual offices
Right.
and workspaces
It's like a second
and
kind of life or
boardroom,
something.
like
Yes.
boardrooms and stuff. Who gives a shit? No one cares. Nobody.
He was hoping that the
fucking
novelty of
cares.
it would carry it, and it obviously isn't, and it doesn't, and it won't, and it can't. So you know what? I listened to this really interesting economics professor. It's the Prof G podcast, and his whole thing right now is Facebook is so dangerous to human rights and the destruction of democracy that he hopes that Facebook and Meta will keep shoveling money into this stupid Meta project so that they can substantially take a chunk out of the company, and they might have to break it up or something.
Well, this is the thing, right? Up until about 2 months ago, his personal fortune from the shares he owned in Facebook was about $135 billion.
Sounds about right.
Because of this, and so many shares have been sold, his personal wealth has dropped to 30. I mean, I know it's still a lot. $35 billion.
Now he only
What
has
will he do?
$35 billion.
I know, he only
can
But-
afford 7 planes.
But that is a massive drop in his personal wealth
Yeah.
from continually shoving stuff into this fucking Meta. Right?
Not
I mean,
enough. Keep going.
right? So this
want
is
him
what's
on food
happened so
stamps.
far this year, right? So 3.7 billion in losses from operations in the last quarter. Okay.
Yes.
Year to date, it's lost $9.4 billion. Just that one division of Facebook and Meta. Fucking 9.4 billion.
Sure. I mean, what
Last
else do
year,
they have to like argue for? Like
Last
what
year
are they
it
showing
lost-
value for shareholders? Nothing.
nothing. Last year, it lost $6.9 billion. So
I
2
mean,
years
up until
combined is
up until like the
$15
last
billion
up until like the last 3 months, I thought it was like still in some sort of beta. Like we're preparing a big reveal. No, this is it. This is as
This
far,
is this
it's
shit.
like when The Simpsons, when Burns gives them the big statue head of Ixtapalapaketl, and Homer's like, Marge, what does it do? And she's like, whatever it does, it's doing it now. This is it.
Do you know what melts my brain, though? This is what melts my brain.
God, what melts your brain?
How
Fire?
much good?
Oh, right,
No,
yeah.
how much good in the world could you do with $15 billion? And
Well,
they're
it's not-
wasting
that's not-
it
that's never
on
been the
something
purpose.
that nobody gives a shit about.
Of course, because they thought it
And
would be
it's
the next
like,
big thing.
we've got in this country, right? There are people gonna probably die this winter because they can't afford to heat their houses, right? And I'm assuming the same will happen in America. Yet this company is losing $15 billion on something stupid.
Okay, to
Like
be fair,
it's
okay, first of all,
nothing.
hang on a second though. Let's be clear. That money was never real to begin with. It was an inflated value of a stock price because of what Facebook did. So, I mean, if people had cashed it out and then spent that money on things, okay,
Which
fine.
they very
But
rarely do.
They very rarely do. Instead, people just hold it and they're like, it's going to keep going even
It's gonna
higher.
keep going.
Chinny, you were going to say something?
I'm just analysing why it doesn't work. I mean, I know you say, Stewie, because they don't create boardrooms and stuff. I'm seriously
No,
thinking
because
about
they are creating boardrooms. That's why it isn't working.
Because they don't
Seriously
create
thinking-
more
Who
interesting
Who wants to
things
hang
with
out
their
in a
VR
boardroom?
potential.
No. I don't think it's that. I don't think that's why it's failed. I think the problem is that the technology hasn't been accepted by the masses, right? So,
Sure, I think it's both.
so when PCs, we can all remember when PCs were coming out, laptops were coming out. Like when Facebook came out, to have your picture on the internet was strange before Facebook. It was kind of like a kind of, oh, you got your picture on the internet. That's weird. No, but laptops and internet was kind of accepted by the masses. Therefore, the platform is accepted by the masses. Same with phones. You know, like phones, people hated them when they came out, but the young use them, and then eventually the old have them. With a VR headset, the way they are now, which is a big chunky piece of like goggles on your face, they just ain't gonna get accepted. Like I know they sold well amongst fucking idiots like us, who like I've got to get
And
the
they
latest
did,
thing.
look, let's not make any bones about it. They got a decent boost during COVID.
But what I'm saying is there's a difference between selling well and doing really well, and selling well amongst techies and like technophiles and gaming nerds and all that sort of stuff. Then there's a difference between that and selling well on a kind of everybody has one in their house, like a laptop or a mobile phone, which is nowhere near where it is. And
It is never going to be that like
for that to have the success that it has, so a VR or Google Glasses or something needs to come out where pretty much every house has one, like an Alexa. Like Alexa's probably like one of the latest things where basically almost everybody just accepted this is like a good way to go. I mean, I don't have one, but you know, it's just accepted by the masses, and almost every house
Nor
in the
do
world.
I. Fuck that Alexa bullshit.
Yeah. So it even
According to you,
though
when you have sex, people, that's what
what's
it's doing.
interesting about that though is everybody sort of accepts that they listen to you, but people still bought them like because
Well, of course.
because of the convenience.
Because we keep seeing people taking one more intrusion into their lives because it makes things a little convenient.
but-
it's the goddamn selling point for the Apple Watch.
Well,
I'm tracking
know,
your
so-
periods.
Well,
so
here's
that
the
when
thing,
you try to get an
right?
abortion,
This
you're
is-
going to go
You'd
to
have a
jail.
good
Ooh,
you'd have a good
come
job
on.
tracking mine.
Well, you may do this, right? And you
What?
may not.
Yeah. go
But
on.
what I always find is quite interesting is when you get literally every website you go to now goes, you've got cookies, accept the
Right.
cookies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Everybody who doesn't accept the cookies, right? They did it without you
Me.
knowing before. They do
Me.
it now, and you still accept
Yeah.
the cookies because you can't look at the
I
fucking
don't
website
accept them.
without accepting the cookies.
I don't
I go
accept them.
through and I uncheck everything except the things you have to accept.
Yeah, but you still got to accept some stuff.
Well, of course. You don't
And
have a
most
choice.
people like me who don't really give a shit whether they want to
Well,
like see an advert on another site advertising.
Well, yeah,
some shit
basically, it's
10 hours ago.
I mean, we have to do it through our work. Is like it's remarketing, it's tracking people's
Right.
movements, it's like getting you
It's
emails
money.
so we can send you emails
Yeah.
and all that sort of stuff. It's like
Right.
how we get work, you know.
Yeah, that's what he
Uh,
does. That's
Um,
what cookies are.
But that doesn't have to be standard for how we live online.
No, but that's the
shouldn't
way
be.
it kind of is. I think the only way, and I sort of agree with you, Chinny, to an extent, that the only way that this will become a thing is by everybody having them, like I say. And I also think
but they won't have the current version of that. What that VR is right now.
no. I mean, the Pro goes some way to addressing this. Have you seen the new? Obviously,
It
the new
doesn't. If it's a big chunky
Quest
piece
Pro.
of plastic that you have to put on your face like a fucking idiot, then
But
it
you're
won't.
still gonna.
I'm
Whatever you're gonna
serious.
do.
No,
Look
I'm
at
serious.
the cartoon of you on the screen,
I'm
Stu.
serious.
That's what people look like.
If
But I
if
think if it gets to a stage where it's almost like a pair of glasses but just slightly bigger.
yes, yeah. If
And
it
it
becomes
cups
a
your
pair of
eyes,
glasses that you can see through
fine.
really clearly, that
Yeah.
charges for ages, and you don't look like a. And I'm absolutely serious
Oh.
about this. That you don't look like a fucking tit wearing it, right? Then it'll get accepted.
But
As
we're
it is right now,
talking-
it's stupid.
For something like that to happen, we're talking fucking probably decades
Correct.
before technology gets that
But
good.
you know,
Probably 10 years, like 1 decade maybe.
Maybe
but I
10
don't
years.
even
Things
think this
move
is
very
like.
quickly.
I don't even think this is the next big thing. I think they've missed it by a fucking huge.
Well, I agree. And here's why. Look, well, I mean, we don't know because we thought that streaming gaming was done when OnLive died, and it'll probably come back.
Oh, it is
Streaming
back. It's
video
here.
was supposed to die, but right. So all I'm saying is, I think it's very hard to predict what's going to happen later in the future. But here's what I will say: I think that Meta thought that this stupid metaverse that they were making was going to be the thing that made people want to buy those VR headsets. And then a lot of companies would say, oh, there's interest, there's demand, let's make a better headset, let's make a better headset. And that would accelerate the production so we would get to the place where it's just a cool pair of glasses more quickly. But
Yeah.
it obviously didn't happen. This is not a killer app. Nobody wants to hang out in a virtual boardroom, as you say, Stu. And as a result, the whole thing has probably been stalled more than if they hadn't, because what we have right now is a lot of companies that probably see it as a decelerant. In other words, nobody wants to do these headsets because what are we getting for our money? You know, sitting in a virtual boardroom, screw it. That's what they give us on VR. Pfft, I won't buy it.
Well, Phil Spencer came out this week and said that the metaverse is just a really bad, terrible game that nobody wants to play,
Correct.
basically.
Correct.
That's what he
Correct.
said. I mean, Phil Spencer
Yeah.
knows his shit. I think the trouble from Mark Zuckerberg's point of view is obviously both.
He looks
feet
like he
in.
was designed by AI.
Well, he does. He's both feet in now, and I don't know. I don't think he knows how to get his feet back out of where he is. He has to keep
jumps.
on-
He
keeps
fucking
going
jumps.
because he can't stop now because he's so far down
Somebody
the rabbit hole.
Meta needs to go. Mark, just fucking
Pull the
stop.
plug.
Cash
Pull the-
out.
It's
Pull
called the
plug.
sunken cost fallacy. This is why people don't get out of multi-level marketing organizations and they don't get out of cults, is because the thinking, and I just saw it referenced in terms of this woman who joined a Nazi group. You're in, you do some stuff that gets you invested in it, and then you're less likely to get out because you say, well, I'm already here. I've already done this thing.
Well,
with the
I feel like
neo-Nazis."
that's where he's at. I feel like as a
Yeah.
company,
Oh,
we're at this
absolutely.
point where
Right.
we've invested this much money into it. Now we can't
Yeah.
pull out.
And for Mark Zuckerberg himself, it actually goes further than that because he has made this linchpin of his identity. I mean, he did that with Facebook, right? I mean, if we can trust any part of the social media and the book it was based on, the social network, Mark Zuckerberg's identity was sticking it to the man and like, this is our time. Spencer's or whatever his name is, Sean Parker says, so now who is Zuckerberg? Okay, he did Facebook once upon a time, but you're only as good as your latest album. Okay, what's his latest thing? He was on that stupid wakeboard with the American flag with the zinc on his face. Like, so that's who he is right now, unless Meta works, and it's not working. So now his identity is crashing and burning, and he's just the architect of failed garbage. And that's
I feel
not what he
like
wants.
Meta is working, but I think he should have just stuck to doing games. Just stick to what it does best. They've
Are
sold
there games in Meta? Are you talking about VR?
Yeah, on the VR headset. That's
Oh,
what
I thought
mean.
you meant
'Cause
Meta.
It's called Meta now. It's called a Meta
Oh.
Quest, isn't it? It ain't called Oculus anymore. But they've sold today, to give them the due, it's sold over 50 million units. I mean, sold, but when you consider the population and how many consoles are sold every generation, when you're talking hundreds, over 100 million,
Oh yeah.
it's small fries. It's
Yeah.
small amounts
really
of
is.
numbers. And out of those
Because
50
most people don't want to
million,
have a bucket on their head when they're playing
probably
games.
2/3 or 3/4 are actual gamers and not people who are going to stick it on their head to go to a board meeting.
Yeah.
Right, of course.
You're talking probably maybe 3 million of those headsets are on those sorts of people. And they bought them in lockdown because it was something like a novelty, to something to do.
But the idea that I would have my work meetings on a VR headset, that the people that I work with and the customers that I work with would have a VR headset is fucking ludicrous.
It is ludicrous.
If
Totally
I said to them,
ludicrous.
"You should buy this VR headset," you have a meeting, I would
Then we
never
could
get
have a
any-
meeting in it.
They would never
They just
like,
laugh
ring me
at you.
back. They would never ring me back. They'd be like, "Right, we're never going to talk to you again. You fucking weirdo."
Yeah, would we? They would just be like, fuck, what an idiot.
But anyway, talking about sunken cost fallacy, we just want to thank our Patreons.
Oh, yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Woohoo. See what you did there.
For supporting the show.
some money.
We're pretty much there with the logos and the graphics for the t-shirts. So
Well, some of us already have our T-shirts because
Yeah,
I'm
you got
going
it.
to be-
Someone's already been busy. Mr. Steve has been a busy man.
I'm
Here's
going to be
how, Harem Girl dances.
asking for some samples and some proofs of stuff, and then we're away.
Yes.
Very good. Well, we have got some emails, so let's move on to those because we are
Let's
running
move on
time.
to those.
Whoa, that ruled.
So if I do Antonio's, Chinny, and you do Jacinta's,
Sure.
if that's okay with you, I'll start with Antonio's because it's a quick one. Here we go. Antonio's quick weekly question. Are you ready?
Hey, what up, Antonio?
What's your favorite meal to whip up in the kitchen and treats desserts you also like to bake? So there you go. That is it. So Duke, what do you whip up in the kitchen? I don't know what Duke.
Yeah, everything I make is always processed because I'm lazy. I'm not trying to make anything from scratch. So I like to make the Divine Casserole, which is a box of mac and cheese and a cut up veggie burger, and you just put them together. And
wow,
it's very tasty.
Have you actually ever
I
made
also
anything? Did you, made anything for the Duchess on a special anniversary or made something actual
Oh,
meal?
no. Special anniversary means we go to the expensive restaurant.
No, but have you ever cooked something?
I mean, I sometimes I'll make some pasta, but it's got to be quick. Here's the thing. I don't think about food until I'm hungry, and when I'm hungry, I just want to eat. So I admit that I am, what some people call white trash. I am
Yes.
I am a child of a convenience age.
Yes.
I have an embarrassment of foods that are easy to make and very tasty, and the fact that other things are healthier and better for the planet, it's not enough of an inducement for me to really do that. So no, sorry, I'm not into it. You know, when I was living alone in Florida, like there was a time when I was like, okay, you know, I kind of wanted to spend time doing other things than just playing video games and going to school. So I would like make pasta and I would experiment with different dishes and stuff. But the other thing about cooking for me is I'm always tense when I'm doing it because I'm worried that the pasta is going to get overcooked or this thing is going to get burnt or I'm going to mess up and then take this off the oven too quickly and all this. And I'm just like, So, oh God, sorry. I need to step away from the show for a moment. I'll be back.
Okay. Chinny, what is your favorite go-to cooking thing?
I can do the easy stuff. Sure.
Okay.
I am getting better at it. But a lasagna I like to make.
Right.
I don't make the.
I made a lasagna tonight, you know.
I don't make the sheets. That's fucking nuts.
No, who does that?
Okay.
Why would you?
Do you make the white sauce thing?
Yeah, I made everything. I make everything.
I don't make that.
Yeah, do you know? You should give it a go. It is very easy.
Is it really easy? Yeah.
It's easy.
What is it?
Think.
What
Making
is
a
it?
bechamel.
What is the
It's
white
called
sauce?
It's a bechamel.
Bechamel. What is it?
Bechamel sauce, which is made with a roux, which is equal amounts of fat and flour, which can be butter, margarine, whatever you're using, and then milk, basically. So you make a roux, you cook that out a little bit, and then you just add your milk gradually and whisk it up.
Right.
You
So
know,
it's
make
pretty
a sauce
easy.
and keep adding milk until it's the right consistency for your sauce on top.
I
Put your
see.
cheese in, salt and pepper. Jobs are good. Bit of parmesan on top. Nice.
Yeah, so I make a lasagna. Another easy one, chili con carne. Just like,
See, nothing wrong with a nice chili.
love that.
Like
With
a
some
bit of chili.
nachos. What else do I do? Make other things like pasta, bake.
Do you bake?
Chicken.
Do you bake? Because he asked about baking.
I used
think
to.
cakes.
I used to bake a lot more. I don't as much now. If I do
You can't
bake,
beat a good brownie.
last thing I
Chocolate
baked was
brownie.
a coffee and walnut cake.
Right.
for
I can
Tara.
recommend the recipe if you want to make a really nice chocolate brownie.
I don't really like brownies.
Yeah, how can you not like a chocolate
I
brownie?
just
What's the
think
matter
they're
with you?
fucking crap.
Gooey and so
I don't like
nice.
brownies. I like cupcakes.
Oh,
I feel like a cupcake is the right amount of cake. I feel like cake is too much cake.
yeah, I like cupcake.
I'm more of a savoury person these days anyway, Stu, than a sweet.
But one of my favourite recipes is so simple, even you, Chinny, could make it.
Send it over.
And we call it, right? Well, it depends because you're a bit fussy, aren't you? Do you like sweet and sour chicken?
I love sweet and yeah.
Well, it's a one pot wonder called, and we it isn't the name of it, but we call it poo chicken.
Right.
Okay. There's not a lot of ingredients. You stick it all in a big roasting tray, right?
It doesn't involve shitting in a box, does it?
No.
Right.
So you basically rough chop of like red peppers, yellow peppers.
Yeah,
right?
I can
Put them
do
in the
that.
bottom
I
of
can
the
do
tray.
that. I can do that.
4 red onions. So it's usually for about 4 people, but you can have, I guess. You
Four
get a
red-
smaller
finely chopped 4 red onions, yeah.
chicken. No, chunky. So everything's
Chunky.
chunky chopped.
Chunky chopped. Okay.
Fresh ginger. So you put like a couple of inches of ginger, peel
Yeah,
it,
I can
chop
do
that
that.
up,
Bam,
chop
bam,
that
bam.
up finely, chuck that in. All right, stick all that together.
So finely chopped ginger, yeah, got it.
Yeah. And then you put your chicken on top.
Chicken on top.
Bit of- bit of
What's this
season-
on a pan?
No, in a like a dish.
A baking tray,
No, you need quite a deep dish.
like a deep,
Fairly deep.
like glass dish thing.
Like a lasagna dish.
You're right.
Like a
Gotcha.
lasagna
Gotcha.
dish.
Gotcha.
So it's your chicken on the top, right? Then you bung it in the oven. So you
Bang
put that
it.
on top on 190 degrees for about 2 hours.
Right.
Hour and a half, 2 hours till the chicken's cooked.
Yeah.
Okay. Then at the end, what you do is you take your chicken out, take half of the ingredients. So you leave half in your tray. Oh, and a pineapple. Sorry, by the way, and a full pineapple.
Okay.
Chopped into big chunks. Stick that in there.
Bam, bam, bam.
You take half of it out, okay, and you put that to one side, and then the other half with the juice after your tray, you put in a food processor or use a hand blender, and you blitz it, and you put 6 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar in there, and 2 tablespoons of sugar, and that's your sauce. So then you shred your chicken, stick it on some rice, stick obviously some of all the chunky veg that you've got left, the half that you didn't blitz, and then put your sauce on. Jobs are good, and all in one pot. And it tastes
You lost me.
amazing.
You lost me.
And do you know why? Do you know why we call it poo chicken?
Because it looks like shit.
Because the sauce looks like diarrhea.
Yeah.
But tastes amazing.
Yeah, like
It's
real
delicious.
diarrhea.
Yeah, it looks like diarrhea. I will send
Um,
you a link to the recipe, and then I don't have to try and explain it. to
Send
you.
me a link
So-
to the recipe.
But this is from Jamie Oliver's first book, Happy Days with the Naked Chef. It was called.
Yeah, I remember the Naked
that-
Chef.
Yeah, so that's where this recipe originated, and I've tweeted to him when I've made it for Kane. He always likes to tweet. He's quite a nice chap. He always gives it a like and goes, "Oh yeah, I love this recipe." Yeah. So
Cool.
yeah, he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy.
We still haven't got Duke.
No, I know he's not appeared back. Shall we do? I'm trying to think what we can do next because it's kind of do the other email without him, I guess.
Should we talk
I don't know
about?
what-
Actually, I've got it.
There you go. I put it in the chat by the way. the
Shoot,
recipe
I've got
for
it.
you.
I've got it.
Go on. Go on.
Let's talk about Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay, I've finished. Have you finished?
Yes.
Yes. So we're up to date. Okay, without spoilers, because there will be some people who haven't watched it.
Yeah.
I liked.
This is House of the
ending.
Dragon, boy.
I think this is well set up for season 2 in a big way.
Well, it's full on war, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, it shouldn't have been, but it is now.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been in full on war because things were going sensible, and then some stuff happened. And can I just say, best, without spoilers, best dragon stuff I've seen in any Game of Thrones.
What the ending of that last
Yeah.
bit? Yeah, when they with the two lads. Yeah. No, I thought that was really good. Yeah. I think this is
Brilliant.
way better than Lord of the Rings.
I haven't seen the last one yet, but I've heard a lot of people are upset about it.
I don't care about the last one. I'm just saying in general. But like, Lord of the Rings cost 500 million.
Yeah.
This cost 300 million. Game of House of Dragons. I think.
Still a lot of money though, isn't
Still
it?
a lot of money. Yeah,
It's
I mean,
a crazy amount
crazy.
of money per
But I
episode.
think House of the Dragons, like first episode in, I was like, oh my god, this is so much better. And then
Yeah.
I was really sad that they went like 10 years ahead. I was like,
No, I
liked
kind
all
of
them.
like. I don't mind that. I've not.
No, but
minded
I
that
was
too much.
like all the kids and stuff. I was like, I quite liked
Yeah.
those actors. I thought they were
They're
really
all grown
good.
up now, man.
And then I was like, I don't want to see these new actors. These are new actors. And then they go 6 years ahead. And you're like, bloody hell, I can't fucking keep up with these bloody actors.
No,
So-
well, what's quite the book? I've got the book and never read it. Someone bought it me for Christmas, so I haven't actually read the book. But that's how the book works. It goes through all the different generations of the
Yeah.
Targaryens, basically. So
Yeah.
we're going to get to season 3, and it'll be a whole new family that has nothing to do with the previous season.
Tell you what, it's not like the original Game of Thrones. You haven't got a fucking acting job for life there, have you? You got to.
No, they're in and out.
They're in and out.
literally in and out.
I thought Matt Smith was very good.
He's one of the only consistent ones, isn't he?
He's one of the very
You know.
the Christian guy, the knight guy. He's in it all, isn't he?
Yeah, and the hand
and
of
the
the king.
hand, yeah, Reese Darby, isn't it? His name.
Yeah.
And Paddy, I suppose, the king. He's always the same
Yeah,
actor, isn't
Paddy.
he?
What? Some of his scenes were just brilliant. At the
Oh, he's great. What an
the
actor!
end.
What an actor! He's from Burton on
Absolutely
Trent. He's
amazing.
from Run by Me.
Yeah. Did you know? I've got a bit of a factoid here that you may or may not know. A bit like the pizza one, to be fair.
Go on.
Bit like the pizza one. So you know when he's going up the steps to his throne and he drops his crown,
Yeah.
and the crown falls off his head. Wasn't meant to happen.
Wasn't meant to
That
happen.
that wasn't meant to happen. So basically, when they were rehearsing the scene, it was going up the steps. The crown fell off. Matt Smith's character went over. Matt Smith himself, as the actor,
Yeah.
went over to pick the crown up. They just carried on with the scene, put
Yeah.
it back on his head, carried on with the scene, and the director went, "Just keep rolling, just keep rolling." Got to the end of that scene and went, "Do you know what? I think that's how we should do it."
Yeah.
So they
yeah.
basically had a chat about it. Went, right, do you know what? We think this would look, after what you just did, we think it would look way better.
Because his character, Matt Smith, he starts as a right bastard, doesn't he? And then
Yeah.
he kind of simmers down a little bit, but now he's balling back up again because of the war.
Oh yeah, he is. He's
Oh,
looking
Duke's
just for
gone.
reasons. I think Duke's gone for good. I don't really know what's going on.
Why did he go?
I don't know. Something must have happened. It's a bit weird.
I will
That is a bit odd. I don't know. That was just weird. Yeah. I hope everything's fine. That is a bit odd. Yeah. So that happened, and they filmed the scene without the crown falling off, and the scene with it, and they were like, "No, it's definitely got to be the crown falling off."
Yeah.
So that's how it ended up. Oh, he's back. Is he back or is he gone?
No, he said he's going to return soon, but
I don't know what's going on.
yeah, his dog is sick.
Oh.
We don't have.
Well, I think we'll have to kind of. Oh no, is he still recording? I don't know what to do. I guess we'll have to wrap up the show because obviously it's going to be about 1 o'clock in the morning. Otherwise, maybe we don't know when he's, back.
Yeah. So the stream has gone kawonk.
Well, we have got another email. Shall we save that till next week? I'm sorry, Jacinta, but we'll save it till next week because obviously Duke isn't here to give his opinion, which I'm sure you're fine with. We'll do some shout outs and let Duke know we can stop the recording at that point, I guess.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I'm assuming he's still recording.
Well, he's not on the call, Stu.
Oh, for God. So is he just... That's just weird. Well, that's the end of the show, I guess, in that case.
No, we can... Because we.
Oh,
can...
no, he's muted. He's still there. He's just muted.
Oh, is he muted?
Yeah. He's still recording.
Right.
He's just muted himself and turned his camera off.
I see.
So he's still in the call. So that's fine. He's obviously realised he's still
realised. Yeah, he's realised. I'll just keep recording it.
Anyway.
Anywho.
So that's a bit of a weird end to the show, but we will do some shout-outs and get the hell out of here. So I guess shout out Duke's dog. Hope he's okay.
Yeah, I'll put little Tito is okay. Hey, we got a couple of new Patreons.
Have we? Oh no, I don't expect new ones. It's a bit weird.
No, well, they want the bloody T-shirts, don't they? Well, I don't know if they do. I won't give it to someone who just starts straight away. You're gonna have to be a patron a few months.
Yeah, a couple of months, then you'll get a free T-shirt. You'll get one.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
So I might have said this one before, but Sean Teal.
Yes, he's the Australian.
Yes,
Australian, isn't he?
I can see that on the account that he's Australian. So thank you.
We know Sean.
But we have a new one who joined on October the 14th. So it's been a couple of weeks, but I've missed it. But James Alderman is a Patreon.
Oh well, thank you. I've not heard of James. I don't know whether he's been in contact with the show.
I have. Yeah, I think. Yeah. We know James.
Okay. Well, thank you, James. We appreciate it.
So as well as the rest,
it would be useful. By the way, it would be useful. It did pay for the the Podbean thing.
Well, that's on me, not them.
I know it is. That's why I'm saying it.
Stu says,
give me a reminder, Chidi. It's only been 2 months. September I paid it.
Yeah. So what was it? 80 quid?
I can't remember. I think it's £89 or something.
Right.
I'll let you know. Right. Oh, Duke's back.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Duke. You're muted. I don't know why I'm shouting he's muted because he's obviously.
Yes, I'm here. Do you want me to play the speak pipe? I know we have a speak pipe. Do you want me to play it?
You can do actually if you've got time because it's very fast.
Okay. Where is it?
Are you okay?
Here we go. Brian Briggs. Is that it? Brian Briggs?
It will be.
Okay. Here we go. Sorry, everybody. My dog is sick. I gotta walk him. Here's the speak pipe.
Hello there. I'm just wondering, considering Stuart's heart condition, just wondering when you'll be recruiting for the next vacancy. While I don't have the ability to talk bollocks for hours on end or interrupt people, I did once rent a Saturn console from Blockbusters in Leyland. Hope that helps. Bye.
All right, I gotta go again. Thank you for doing
this.
Okay. I'm gonna keep it recording. Have a good week, everybody.
Okay, thanks, dude.
Oh man, that was good. That's
so basically someone's waiting for me to pop my blocks.
Hey. It's like a House of Dragons, man. When the king dies, they're fucking soon all over it, mate.
I'll be honest with you. When that came through and I listened to it, I played it occasionally. Like that's quite funny.
Yeah,
mate,
they're soon dancing on your grave. They don't give a shit.
I know. You know, I love the way he went. We're Stuart in his heart condition. Anyway.
And the fact that you've been to Leyland does qualify you for the running. You know, that puts you in.
So who is that? What do you mean he's been to Leyland?
Well, he said at the end of that speak pipe, he said that he'd rented a Sega Saturn from the Blockbuster in Leyland.
So he lives in Leyland then?
No, he didn't say that. He said he once rented a Blockbuster from Blockbuster, a console. But the Sega Saturn came out in 98, so that would have been a long time ago.
Yeah, it would have been. But even so, I'm intrigued now.
He was either in the vicinity at that time or lived near you at that time.
Yeah, I did.
And no, he doesn't, or he still doesn't.
I don't know. Weird. It's weird. It's
but basically, what we're learning here,
It's probably Will I Am.
What we're learning here, Stu, is that you are replaceable.
I know.
Very quickly, very easily.
Offering to take my place.
Yeah. So we're
Wow.
all for that. That's good. So thank you for
Again, I hope Duke's dog's all right because he did look a bit, So I'm hoping everything's
Duke
fine.
looked stressed.
He did. I'm quite shocked he came back to do that. To be honest, it was.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
Let's
that's
carry on
the
with
show.
shout outs. So thanks to Patreons and whatnot.
Yes.
I'm gonna shout out also Mr. Steve, because from what I can gather, and I don't know what's happening, but he's working on stuff apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see
I know what he's
happens.
working on.
We'll see what happens.
Hmm.
So he's working on stuff, and I'm next, according to Duke. So
According to Duke?
it could be a few weeks, though. I'm guessing. From postage from there to here, etc.
Yeah, correct.
Etc.
In fact, I'm going to
and
send
who
him
else can I shout out?
some new. I've sent him loads of graphics that we've got for t-shirts. I'm going to send him.
I'll tell you
the new
who
ones.
else I am going to shout out. I will shout out Millie because she has done. We've done pumpkins today at home.
Oh yeah.
So we did it's an annual thing. We have a bit of a competition.
You
Who can
love
do the
a
best
pumpkin.
pumpkins?
You
love a
love a
pumpkin.
pumpkin.
If you go on our Twitter, Chinny, you can find the picture of 3 pumpkins. One was Millie's boyfriend, which is gaming related, Adam. So he did a gaming related one.
Yeah.
Millie did one, and I did one. Now, without looking at the writing, see if you can avoid looking at what it says. Can you guess who did which?
I don't know. Jesus Christ, this is going to require
So see if you can get a picture. Without looking, just try not to look. Don't
Is
read
this the
it.
Veteran Gamers Twitter?
Yeah. So it's on the profile, but don't read what I wrote. Try your best not to, and just stick it on the stream and see if you can guess.
I'll just look at the image, don't read. Okay.
Yeah. Look at the image. Don't read. So there's 3 pumpkins. Who did which?
I can't even find our Veteran Gamers.
It's literally the last tweet I did. If you click on
Yeah,
profile,
but I can't find it. Hold on.
Well, you can't even find our Twitter.
Yeah.
So
no.
what you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, because I never use Twitter, so.
Do you want to send you a link?
Hold on.
Would that help?
I don't know.
I'll send you a link. Hold up. Jesus.
But I never use it. I never use Twitter. I never go on Twitter. I never.
That's funny. You never look at our Twitter anyway. Here we go.
Well,
I will stick it
our
in.
Twitter is yours, isn't it? That's why.
Well, no, but you were logged in at one point.
Yeah, I'm still logged in, but not on my browser.
There you go. Look there. I've put it in the chat for you on the Zoom call.
All right. Okay. Okay. I haven't read it. I'm
Just expand the picture, and then you can't see the text so much.
Yeah.
Just click straight on the picture. You won't be able
haven't
to see
read
it.
I haven't read it. Okay. So I'm looking at him. As I'm looking at it for the audio listeners.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can stick it in the stream
From
so
the
people can see.
left is like a sort of tiger. Is it a game? I don't know what it is. It's like a
You don't
tiger.
know what that is?
It's like The Witcher.
It
that what
is
I'm
The
thinking?
Witcher. The Witcher Wolf.
So I'm guessing that's you.
Okay.
The middle one is Iron Man, so I'm guessing that is not Millie, it's Millie's boyfriend.
Okay.
And the one on the right, I can't make out.
Oh, God. You not tell her what that is?
It looks like. What is that? Like a campfire or something?
No. Anyone in the chat, can you figure out what the one on the far right is?
I don't know.
It'll be obvious when you realise what it is. One of the greatest films ever made, can I just say?
Is it the. Was it Jaws?
It is Jaws.
Ah,
It's a Jaws. It's a Jaws shark coming up to
Yeah,
eat
that's
the
a stretch. I can see it, but it's a stretch.
Yeah. I
Who
thought it
did
looked
that
pretty
one?
good.
Was that Millie?
No, you're completely wrong. Though you're wrong on all 3.
Go on
You're
then.
wrong on all 3. So Millie's boyfriend Adam did The Witcher.
Right.
I did the Jaws, right, which I think looks pretty cool. And
I
Millie
mean,
did
the actual
Iron Man, which
carving is fine.
Yeah.
It's like, but
Yeah.
I just can't make out the picture.
yeah. And Millie did the Iron Man, which is actually amazing. Got to say.
Yeah, the Iron Man's good. They're all good. They're all good.
So they're going out tomorrow night, ready for the trick or treaters.
Yeah.
As always.
We made one for work.
But Millie's, I've got to say, is the best one I've seen. It is quite incredible what she's done. It looks so good.
We made this one. Oh, where's it gone? For work.
It took her 2.5 hours to do that, by the way.
You can't really see it, but you know, you get the idea.
Yeah. But we went pumpkin picking in this massive field, which was kind of fun. They're enormous, by the way.
Yeah. No, I've never.
That's
really
pretty
been-
cool.
I've never really been into it. I've never got into it. One of the lads
Yeah.
at work did that. I don't really. I was like, yeah, carry on, do it, but I don't care.
Very nice. That is cool. Right, we better go, haven't we?
We better
Because
go.
obviously we're
What a
still-
weird
we're
ending
still
to the
recording.
show, but there you go.
It is a weird ending. No
That's
outro
what
music
happens.
because he's not here.
Oh, I can do the outro
music.
music.
Go on, you do the outro music
I'll
then.
do it. Here we go. All right,
Go on,
say
go.
goodbye, Stu.
Bye.
Can't add the sound effect.
No, you can't.
There you go.
Yeah, none of that played, by the way. I didn't hear any of it. Apart
Oh, you
from the
didn't
first
hear
bit.
it? Oh,
No,
would
only
it- Oh.
only the very first bit, and then it just cut off.
Oh, I didn't. Oh,
So, don't know.
hold on.
Mm.
Let me figure why that is.
Worst ending to the show
no,
ever.
No.
Right.
No, can you hear it now? Can you hear it now? Hold on. Can you hear it now? I want to know. Has it cut off yet?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Still going.
Yeah, it cuts off then.
Stu.
Is there something emotional you're going through, Stu?
Oh, well, pretty well.
Yeah, I really did. And that is still the worst ending to the show because I'm doubting Duke will edit any of that stuff out. So
Oh, who knows? Who knows? If you're listening to this, Duke, cut the show.
I don't know.
There you go.
Then there you go.
Just before I said that, that would have been funny.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Great. Well, let's start the show again.
Yep. There you go. Let's do it. Welcome, yo, to the Veteran Gamers.
Oh,
Stu,
yeah.
Do, Ginny, and the Fells will tell you. No.
Yeah, I want to shorten.
Every single game that they're playing this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick.
I want to shorten the intro. I think it's too long.
It's fine. It's been like that for ever.
Exactly, which is why we should change it.
No, that's why we shouldn't change it.
No, I think it's too long. Just get on with the show. Just get on with
No,
it.
it's fine.
It's too long.
It's fine.
I think I have shortened this one actually. This one is short. Hold on.
Welcome yo to the Veteran Gamers.
Very rarely hear it without saying
We'll
anything.
tell you about every single game that you played this week. News, reviews, and an
Pretty
indie
sure this is
pick.
short.
Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors. It's the Veteran Gamers. It's the Veteran Gamers. It's the Veteran Gamers. It's the Veteran Gamers. Yeah, boy. Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Is that shortened? Oh, I can't tell.
No, it's the same.
Stu.
Are you okay? Right, we better go, or else Duke will just be cutting all of this.
Yeah, let him listen to it.
Can you just cut Duke off and then he knows it's ended? That's
Yeah, I
probably
could-
easier.
yeah.
I would do that.
Okay, fine.
Stu, are you okay, Stu?
All right, bye, Stuart. Then.
Bye, Mike.
See you later.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.